All right. Welcome back to another Buffalo Sabres stream. I am Don. Thank you for joining me here on this fine Monday evening. The Sabres enter tonight's game with an opportunity to clinch the Atlantic Division, but also, on a lesser degree, to clinch home ice advantage for at least the first round of these NHL playoffs. But thank you for joining me. 26 people in here. You know, I love to see so many new faces, so many people already joining us. Gotta say, though, my chat's looking a little funny right now. I guess it's all squished up and crunched up. I can barely read it. What's going on, guys? Yes, Chrissy, Renzak, Carson's channel, Jason's back. Marcus, what's going on? George, yes. Sawyer, what's going on? What's up, Don? Nothing much. Been grinding away again, doing all my studies and whatnot. Trying to get my research paper done for this one class. That's been a real doozy. I'm looking at a 50-page research paper, which is, I'm not an English major, so definitely not my cup of tea. But right now we got the national anthems going here. Jim Corneliuson, what a legend. He's the national anthem singer for Chicago. My day's been good. I hope everyone's days have been going real great. At least here in Kentucky, weather has been fantastic. It was super warm today. We're looking at the 70s, mid to high 70s. It was fantastic. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go. Yeah, no, it sounds miserable, but I'm actually having a real good time with it. Okay, it's been fantastic. I'm actually interested in the topic. We got to pick it. So if I were going to write a 50-page paper, at least it's on my terms and my topic. But other than that, you know, just trying to study here for all my classes. A week and a half until finals. Well, until my first final. So we're getting close to the end of the semester. The Sabres, though, are getting really close to the playoffs. By Wednesday night, we will know for 100% certainty who the Sabres will be facing in the first round of these NHL playoffs. It may happen sooner. Time will tell. I mean, this game will tell. We're also looking around the NHL because the Tampa Bay Lightning are currently playing the Detroit Red Wings. See, the Sabres, like I mentioned already, can clinch first place in the Atlantic if they defeat the Chicago Blackhawks in regulation tonight, which they should be favored to do that, and the Tampa Bay Lightning either win past regulation, for example, in a shootout or overtime, or the Lightning just lose outright. Doesn't matter how. But let's check it out. Do you think we'll get a hat trick? I mean, you never know for certain. If anyone does it, it would be Tage, I'd say. Don, did you pick the Sabres playoff drought as your topic? No. This one is, it's tough to interweave Title IX sex discrimination with the Buffalo Sabres, I guess. It's a Title IX course. Hello. So, that's the end of the national anthem. Puck drop will be in just a few seconds. Make sure, folks, I don't have to tell you, like and subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel as much as possible here before the playoffs start and during this eventual Sabres playoff run. Tonight, the Sabres are in Chicago. Chicago's been struggling. They've lost their last 4 games. They're 28, 38, and 14. They've basically given up on the season. They're not a good team. The Sabres should be favored in this hockey game. One added wrinkle is that Anton Frundell was playing for the Blackhawks. He's another really exciting youngster for that team. One of their other pillars that they're looking to build off of alongside of Bedard. But we are underway here. Sabres already in the Blackhawks zone. They're working out of the corner. Here's Krebs stepping around behind the net, trying to feed a pass to the point. He can't get it there. Krebs gets his own pass. Rebound. Ooh. Big leg save from Knight on that shot from Tage. Puck squeaks back out to the point. Samuelsson under some pressure from Frundell, and here it comes into the Sabres corner. Frundell pulls up, plays it to the face-off dot. Bertuzzi, he's having a really good year for Chicago. How many goals does he have? See, that was almost so good. 32 goals. And look at this. Tuck trying to stretch it forward. Tage couldn't handle that pass. They were trying to split the defenseman there. Nearly worked out. And already you can see how wide open Chicago is defensively. They are not a very sturdy team here. But here's Bauer. Power in his own zone, leaving it for Byram, and now the Sabres can take 3 to the plenty of speed. Backhands a slow one. Knight, I don't think it even got to him. Now the Sabres again looking to go back post. It deflects off a stick, right to Power, back to a man in front, Zucker. Trying to get onto that pass. Neither he nor McLeod can handle this puck, but the Sabres keep it in at the point. Here's Quinn on the near side boards. He'll wiggle his way down the board, sends it towards the back of the net. No one can handle it from the Sabres there, and now Chicago trying to get it out, but this stick is loose on the ice, proven to be a nuisance right now. Eventually, they'll settle it down. Did you see that the Habs have their second goalie? I did not. No. Did the new Bills jersey come out? I saw rumors of like this ugly gray one, and I say ugly because it's very ugly. I hate this idea of an all gray Bills uniform. Yeah, there's rumors that the Bills may be trying something new. I don't really want to. If the mocks are true, no thanks. Not for me. I'm not buying one of those jerseys for $150. Here's Chicago in the Sabres zone with a slow moving shot. Right on goal. Luukkonen makes the easy glove save. Just kind of scooped it off the ice here. We got our first whistle of the hockey game. Rob Ray telling us not to take Chicago lightly. Already doing that, Rob. Oops. Just like New York last week, I'm taking the lesser team for granted. That's on me. I haven't seen anything but the new Bills jerseys. Yeah, check it out. Jason, I'm not a fan. I know some people online are fans. I'm a detractor. All right, face-off here in the Sabres own zone. Chicago wins it. That shot goes well wide, high and wide of Luukkonen. Now, a failed clearance goes right out in front. Teravainen back post. Luukkonen with a good pad save. Rebound kicks to the corner here. Dahlin looking for it. Greenway as well. Eventually, it's strung away from both of them. But now Greenway gets it back right at the blue line, and he can skate forward here. He shoots it into the Blackhawks zone. It's a bouncing puck. Eventually settles here for Kozak. He'll swing it down low again. Looking for the stick of the beautiful Beck Malenstein. Malin go. One of the best to ever do it here for the Sabres. Donato shoots this one into the Sabres zone. No, it comes all the way back out to the neutral ice. Where Alex Vlasic, not Marc-Edouard Vlasic. This is a different one. Vlasic, the defenseman for Chicago, shoots it in. 3-1 Tampa. Fuck. Damn. Spectrum TV, you got rid of it? Good for you, man. Good for you. Here's Vlasic sending one towards the net. Luukkonen makes the save. Now the Sabres can come back with a little bit of space. Here's Krebs gaining the line. Finds Tage to the outside. Now finds Byram at the near post. Couldn't get it to the go. He had a wide open net. Here's Byram again on the loose puck. Byram skates away from it. Krebs now trying to go back across ice here. Looking for power. That pass gets deflected up and out of play by a Chicago player. But this was a great opportunity here for Byram. He just couldn't catch all of it. Don't worry, Chrissy. I love the passion. Ooh, so that pass just went into the skates of Byram. He was a little out of his wheelhouse there, according to Rob Ray, and I agree. He did not look like a goal scorer. He definitely looked like a defenseman on that play. So another offensive zone faceoff here for Buffalo. Thompson loses it to Bedard. Zucker gets high stick right off the draw, and the Sabres and their amazingly good power play are going to go.
I'm the kind of guy
to
if
work
I sense
here.
You're on a power play, you're out. I don't like power play people.
Who is this? Renzel? Yeah. So Renzel right off the draw got a stick up high on Zucker. And he'll sit for 2. Dino Deasy. I did not see Benji do a handstand. First, who is Benji? Should I know who Benji is? Can't say I'm familiar with Benji's work. So the Sabres have had a half a week to work on this power play, and it's already off to a good start. They win the faceoff, and I didn't mean that sarcastically, not this time. Here's Dahlin. Oh, I should have not said that because Dahlin turns it over, and here's a shorthanded opportunity now for the Blackhawks. Getting it right in front, and they score. as Ryan Green gets a shorthanded goal here for the Chicago Blackhawks. And they take an early 1-0 lead. Good job, Buffalo.
I'm the kind of guy.
That is not how you wanted to start off this
power play
or this game. Can we just decline
I don't like
the power plays,
people.
please? It was a makeshift 2-on-1. Tuck couldn't get back. Green just lifts it over the glove of Luukkonen. And that's really poor. That is really poor from Buffalo. You know, Seth Appert, if the Sabres and Lindy Ruff do decide to stick together for next season, Seth Appert does not deserve to be a part of that squad. Now here's the Sabres taking it to the net. Good save initially. Now here's... Oh my god, another... Ooh, Chicago could have gone the other way for another 2-on-1, but for some reason their guy decided to just dump the puck down the ice. Maybe they were tired? Ugh, Buffalo. McLeod, the second power play unit out here. McLeod in on the chase, can't beat out the one man. Now the puck careens to the far side. Chicago will lift it up and out the center. You know, all that work over the half week and you give up a shorthanded goal. This is going to be a problem come playoff time. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Sabres trying to come across this blue line. Zucker, his pass misplaced. And again, Spencer Knight will send it down the ice. 35 seconds remain on the Sabres man advantage. Stop it with the drop passes. Do they not realize it doesn't work? Oh my, there's so much talent on this team. There's no reason for this power play to be so trash. Here's Thompson spinning around, getting it to the point here for Quinn. Quinn's long-range shot deflected on goal by Tuck. Knight kicks out the save. Quinn cannot keep it in at the blue line. 10 seconds remain now. Sabres maybe one last rush here. Zucker to the outside for Tage into the corner. He loses control of the puck, and that'll do it for the power play. Chicago gets a shorthanded goal. And yeah. Good job, Seth Appert. You earned your gold star for the game. Good job, buddy. And now Tuck having it. Difficulties in his own zone. Eventually down the ice. It'll get called back for an icing, though. So Green from Mikheyev is the first goal of this game. I will say, Remy, Jack Quinn was not the guy who made the mistake there on that shorthanded goal for Chicago. It was mainly Tuck not getting back. That was his man, Green, that Tuck was just a step behind. I mean, it didn't look that threatening. It was kind of a 2-on-2, but he just wasn't hustling enough. And are we already going to commercial break? Oh, my. I'm ahead of you. That's shocking. So we're already in a commercial break here. MSG and Chicago deciding, you know what? This is when everyone's going to watch here in the Chicago area. The Blackhawks have scored a goal. They suck. Eventually, the Sabres are going to score a couple. Because right now, we've had opportunities. Chicago is not good defensively whatsoever. Spencer Knight, I know, is a quality tender at the NHL level. But, you know, he doesn't really have a team playing in front of him. So the Sabres got to capitalize on that. The next goal in this game obviously is huge. We cannot afford to lose this hockey game, especially someone said in chat that Tampa's winning. Sabres got to keep their gap alive here between themselves and those other teams. Alrighty, so let's get that up on the board. Ooh. There we go. Now that looks good. Nice in the center. Let's check and make sure all those other scores are correct. Oh yeah, they sure are. Darlene Jackass play leads to shorthanded goal. Yeah, that's true. That's true at Wyoming. Remy, I don't believe that's correct. I don't think Sabres fans would be happy if Dahlin was let go. So there are your scores from around the NHL. The most important one, though, is on your screen right now. Sabres got to win this hockey game. 51 people in the chat. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're returning to play right now. Sabres looking for a response here. They haven't played since last Wednesday. No, last Thursday against the Blue Jackets. Last Wednesday was the most recent stream for this channel. But here we go. We're back. Sabres off that face-off win. Yes, we won a face-off. Incredible, I know. Okay, Power. You want to not just give it right to the opposing guys? That's pretty bad. Woohoo! Power, you can make a little contact here. Eventually, the Sabres get it back, and they can get out of their own zone. Despite Power's deficiencies. They'll chip it into the corner here for Malenstein. Battling away, loses out to Bedard. Bedard going up the far side. He'll leave it right at the blue line. Nobody can handle it, though, for the Blackhawks, and the Sabres can keep it in. They drive to the net. There's a chance. Greenway looking to go near post for Malenstein. Couldn't find a stick. Now Tage at the point. His shot bounces right off the end wall. No one can get to it for Buffalo. And now Chicago couldn't come back the other way here. Vlasic leading the rush to Bertuzzi. Pulls it. Cross ice to Kaiser. In behind the net now. Timmins. Why is Timmins playing? You know, I never look at the pregame lineup here for the Sabres. Why is Timmins playing? He doesn't provide anything. He should be your 8th or 9th defenseman. The only guy below Timmins in my mind right now is Luke Shen. They're not good for this style of game. Chicago is a fast, speedy team. They're young, they're inexperienced. You don't need a big puck blocker like Timmins. And plus, Zach Metza has already shown Lindy, or he should have, that he can handle shorthanded minutes. So, yeah, I don't get that. Another face-off here in the offensive zone. Linesman, can you drop it? Okay. Now he does in front out. Cleanly beats Thompson. Hawks going forward here. Spinning around is Mikheyev. He'll just drop it back to the defenseman, Crevier. His pass looking for Bertuzzi. Misses him, and we'll go back for an icing call. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Timmins is playing right now. That's kind of stupid. Oh, Lindy. Maybe he's trying to just rotate guys into the lineup, but if he's doing that, where's Kesselring? I thought he didn't play poorly in New York. Sabres, face-off win. Dahlin gets tripped. Now he trips Bertuzzi, and that's going to be a call here against Buffalo. Yep. Good job. Good job, Dolls. He stuck out a stick. Why is he arguing with this? Rasmus Dahlin's going to go to the box here for a trip. Real sloppy start continues here for Buffalo. Are we going to do this? I know the playoffs are coming, but I'd like home ice advantage, and this is kind of reminding me of the New York game all over again. A sloppy start on the road against a lesser team. Yeah, this is not ideal. Lindy does not look happy on the bench. And Timmins is on the ice. Here we go. Bedard at the point here off the Hawks win, gives it to Frondell at the far face-off dot. Back to Frondell, trying to get it back to the point. Eventually, he gets there for Bedard. Back to Frondell. Down low to Bertuzzi. He walks away from the side of the net. He'll just play it back to Frondell. Frondell, little touch pass looking for Teravainen. Can't find him. Now there's a loose puck behind the net. Timmins gathers it. Can't clear. His clearance actually bounced off of Tuck. And now Tuck can just scoop it forward here for McLeod. McLeod up the far side. Now it cuts into the middle. Didn't get a shot off. He'll just whack it around the boards and kill some time. We're cooked. Maybe. Here's Bedard leaving it at center here. There's a loose pass from Bertuzzi. The Sabres get to it and chip it back down the ice. Yeah, I don't appreciate Lindy messing with the lineup. Here's another good stick here by the Sabres, breaking up that Teravainen rush. And we cleared down the ice. Less than a minute to go now on this Chicago power play. Bedard to center, drops it back. See, I guess that 28th ranked power play does the same thing as Buffalo. They get to the opposing team's blue line, they drop it back, lose it, and can never get into the zone. Looks like Chicago's also going to... Their power play is also getting coached by Seth Appert. Can they also hand the Sabres a shorthanded goal, please? Good play by the Sabres again here to break things up. Ooh, Benson. I spoke about shorthanded goals. He had an opportunity to get there to get a break. He's still bothering Sam Rinzel right now. Eventually, Benson abandons Rinzel. No, now he's back to him, the little rugrat. I say little, but he's over a half foot taller than me. Ooh, Rinzel looking to make a pass here. Chicago had a bit of space here. 1 second to go. Now the power play's over. Final time. Do not call this an icing. Serious? No, they didn't call an icing. I thought the linesman was about to put a hand up. We continue. Chicago have it in the Sabres zone right now. There's a shot from Kaiser. Bounces off the end boards right to Slaggert here. I love that name. Landon Slaggert. That's just such a 1920s... Such a 1920s name. Good pressure there by Tuck. Ooh, Chicago nearly slid that one all the way on goal. Luukkonen was reaching for it. Here's Vlasic again at the point. His shot. Bounce off the pads of Luukkonen into the corner. Power picking up the rebound. Places to the far side here for Byram. Now he'll get it out to center. Vlasic spinning around. Finds a man. And now the Hawks can go forward here. But Mikheyev just took a step over the blue line prematurely. He is offsides. And by we, I mean MSG and whatever Chicago is, are going to a commercial. Sabres are still down by 1, but they did kill off a penalty. Granted, it was the 28th best power play in the league they were facing. But they appear to be taken after Seth Appert with all their dumbass drop passes. Did you guys just see that? I missed my mouth. I'm a little tired right now. I tried to drink some water, but my water bottle has it out for me. Just spilled. At least it's not anything sticky. It's just water. But now I'm wet, and that's unfortunate. 2 shots on goal? Yes, Wyoming, yes. We only have 2 shots on goal, unfortunately. 17 likes, that's it. Are you guys kidding me? Oh, that hurts my soul. I'm gonna say, I think Jaden must have gone in and fixed the chat settings to make it look so much more compressed. And Jaden, thank you very much. I love you. I did not have the intuition to do that myself. But we are in a commercial break right now. Oh, let's see what else is happening. What else? Still 3-1 Tampa, 2-2 Carolina and Philly. If Carolina loses twice in regulation, number one in the conference is up for grabs. Gosh, what is going on with me? So many people in the stream already? Yeah, I know. People are excited. It's Sabre season. Unfortunately, the team is not responding to all this excitement here. Off the face-off, Hawks win it. Korchinski now has it behind the net. He still has it. Still looking for a pass going forward. He eventually turns it over to Quinn at the neutral zone. Quinn will lift it all the way back here for Stanley. So it's Stanley and Timmins. Definitely not the lineup I would have gone with. But here's Quinn leading the rush. Quinn to McLeod. McLeod is centering pass. Missed everybody. Goes between the two defensemen and out of the zone. Here's Connor Timmins. Now takes the pass at center. Finds Quinn. Gets across the blue line. Shepherds it to the outside for McLeod. McLeod all the way around. Timmins keeps it in near side at the blue line. He'll send it to the corner. Quinn, that support. Doesn't get it at all from McLeod. And Chicago chips it out to center again. Good play by Quinn here to force a turnover. Quinn still battling on Kaiser, just mugged him. Here's Quinn leaving it at the blue line for Dahlin, going to the near post. He had a man, just got deflected away from Zucker at the last moment. Zucker getting some support here from Doan. Doan sends it low behind the net. Renzel eventually finds it, gets it to forward, moving forward. That doesn't make sense. It's Lardis. Lardis, nice stretch pass to Bedard, going cross ice. Lardis kind of fumbled with the puck in his stick. And his skates. Can't get a shot off. Sabres, though, can't clear. Eventually, they will. Here's Dahlin. Good stretch pass to Doan. Finds Benson. Benson goes around one. Centers it back in front. Doan with a good shot. Stopped by Knight. Here's Benson and Doan again, trying to cycle in the corner. Benson can't connect. Now it's a 3-on-2 the other way. Teravainen across the blue line. Still has it. Looking for his man, his teammate there. Who's 25? I don't have him on my list. That must be a new call-up. That's always annoying. Sabres eventually get it to center. They'll dump it in on the entry here. Tuck can't get to it. Neither can Tage. Eventually, Krebs finds a bouncing puck. Momentarily, though, as Crevier, the defenseman for Chicago, steals it from him, gets it to the blue line, but not out. Sabres to Krebs below the goal line. His centering pass. Nobody out in front to cash it home. And now Teravainen the other way. Into the corner here as some of his teammates get changed. That allows Byram to skate up the ice here. Byram still going, and now across the blue line. Has it chopped away from him. Loses it right at the Chicago blue line, and watch out. Maybe a odd man advantage the other way. Here they come. There's a shot. Oh, Mikheyev just missed the rebound. And now there's another chance from the point. That one squirms past Luukkonen. Timmins now in the corner. Can't clear it. Kozak eventually does. But it's not going to be icing because it went off a Hawks player. Ooh, good hit by Beck. Oh, what? We have a whistle here. I'm not sure for what. Still a 1-0 Hawks lead as we go to another commercial break. Tuck is in cruise mode. Yeah, they're playing a little too casually right now. You can see the skill is there, but the Sabres just aren't connecting. Chicago's getting a last-ditch stick in the way. Always annoying. Oh, I didn't miss the lid this time. No water was spilled. It's been 0 seconds. Ryan Green. AI, what's your issue with Ryan Green? No legs, no jump, no compete. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of frustrating at the moment. It's very concerning. I mean, home ice advantage is not yet secured here. Montreal's got a game to go. As I mentioned already, Tampa's playing as we speak, and they're winning pretty handedly over Detroit. So the Sabres need 2 points tonight. This is not a gimme game. This is a must-win. Just like every single other game for the last 4 months. It's a must-win game. Yeah, they did you guys hear what that New York at home announcer said last week when we faced them? He said that the Sabres play really recklessly, but they're highly skilled. And a lot of people on the internet had an issue with that, but I mean, at times the Sabres do. You look at the goal they've conceded so far, and they were playing too high and too aggressive in the offensive zone, not careful with the puck. They're very loosey-goosey with it, and it led to a goal in the back of their net. What happens if we lose these last 2 games? Well, if we lose both of these games, there's a chance the Sabres could fall to third. I mean, if they were to win at one of these, chances are we will still have home ice advantage. I think we actually would clinch, because Montreal can only tie us on points, but they won't have the tiebreakers. All right, we're back in play. So really, the Sabres need to win 1 out of these last 2, preferably 2 for 2, so that they have home ice advantage for the first round. And maybe even the second. Sabres quickly retreat, force back into their own zone. They get it forward here on the rush. Dahlin drops it back. That puck's poked away from McLeod. Gets to the neutral zone here as Nazar try to dance around Samuelson. He can't. Sabres force back out to center. Here's Renzel to Donato. That just missed him. It finds Nazar, though. Nazar trying to drop it back for Donato. Donato has a little bit of space. Takes the shot. Ooh, that caught a stick of Luukkonen. It was so wicked. It went all the way back out into their own zone. Jay Lask, what's going on? Chicago are looking really cute right now. Whoa. Bedard just stepped on the puck. He loses at center. Doan trying to get something here. Bedard just fell again. Rough shift for Connor Bedard. He's one of the best in the league, but that's kind of embarrassing for the kid. Here the Sabres again. Deflect this puck. No, actually they didn't. Missed the stick of Norris, and that'll be an icing call against Buffalo. Really low event first period right now from Buffalo. A reminder that Kale will be joining me here for the intermission, so yay. Ooh, you know what I didn't do? Ooh, that's a mistake. Hold on. I gotta fix something. I just remembered that I didn't do my job beforehand, before the stream. There we go. All right. Another face-off here in the Sabres' own zone. They win it, and they can skate forward here. Nice pass, cross ice to find Doan. He can't handle it, though. Teravainen chasing after loose puck. Timmins gets there first. Sabres just kind of getting clogged up here at the neutral zone. They're not getting a ton of speed right now in their rushes. There have been a couple moments where they have, but for the most part, it's been a lot of dump and chase, and that's not totally the Sabres game. That's like their plan B or C sort of style. Chicago dumping this puck in here. Stanley behind his own net. He'll meander his way forward. Finds Tuck on the near side boards. Feathers it forward. Can't miss Tage, but he did. There's still a loose puck there on the boards. Eventually, Chicago whacks away and gets forward here. Here's Mikheyev centering this one to the defenseman. Crevier, his shot did not go out of play. I thought it did for a second. It was blocked away by Luukkonen, but this allows the Sabres can come back here. Here's Krebs. Pass just outside of his reach here at the Chicago blue line. He's forced to circle back here to the defenseman. Samuelson for Alex Tuck. His dumping attempt bounces into the Chicago bench for a whistle. Yeah, we can score goals hella quick. That's not very poetic. But I'm tired. We'll take it. Well, the Sabres just, they don't have that spark right now. Only 2 shots, I would say, reflects that. You know what pisses me off? I don't like it when the Sabres play down in their competition, because I see absolute idiots online talking about how they prefer to play the Sabres in the first round. Oh, they got no playoff experience. They're actually a fraudulent team. Like, no. A fraudulent team doesn't win 43 of the last 50 games. That just doesn't happen. Here's Malenstein. Wins a battle behind the net. Can't find anyone out in front. Chicago takes it away, and we'll just chip it into the Sabres zone here. Samuelson being chased after by Ryan Green and company. Puck still loose back there. Kozak trying to work his hardest. He gets chopped down to the ice. Catches Green up high. He reaches and grabs his face. No call from the referees. And now Malenstein trying to catch a pass and turn with it. Just couldn't. Renzel made a pass, but got hit hard. Osiris, what's going on? Come on, Sabres. Let's do something. Come on. Play the hockey thing. Here's Quinn trying to dance towards the middle of the ice. Couldn't find a teammate. Now the puck just sits behind the net. Here's Zucker with support from Quinn. Quinn's all over the ice right now. I know Remy's not going to like to hear that for the agenda. Ooh, there's a good opportunity for Quinn as he went to the net. He was a little frustrated. Spencer Knight was on top of it, though. Ooh, goal Detroit. Lovely. You'll love to see that. Come on, Detroit. Just get Tampa to overtime. That's all we care about. That's all we care about. So Knight just got his paddle down to make sure that Quinn couldn't go 5-0 on him. And Quinn's talking to Zucker right now on the bench. Very animated conversation. Here's a face-off win. Krebs, his shot blocked. It's right in front of Thompson. And oh man, Spencer Knight, he was tall to that task. He robs Tage Thompson in front. That was nearly the moment here for Buffalo. Huge save off the face-off. It's just kind of bounced in front. Tage was all alone. Right at the tip of the curvature of that face-off dot. And he tried to go glove side on Knight, but he read it fast and quick. Ooh, he actually got a piece of the pad. Just hit the top of his pad there. But Tage nearly got one. Krebs now leaning into this face-off, loses it to Frundell. I think Frundell is 100% right now. Here the Sabres again, just trying to whack around with it. Sabres are leading the scoring chance. Unfortunately, they're down 1-0 on the scoreboard where it really matters. Frundell flubbed his pass, trying to send it to the front. And now the Sabres can lift it to the center, looking for Tuck, just misses him. Eventually, they turn it over, though. Here's Krebs crossing that blue line, drops it to Thompson. Thompson with a shot. That got blocked. Here's Tuck again, trying to spin this to the point. Good play by Bertuzzi to break it up initially, but can't clear. Tage gets knocked down in the corner by the defenseman. Krebs trying to follow up on that forecheck, can't. And now the Hawks, with a couple of long passes here, get forward. But now the Sabres come back again. I feel like I'm not... Oh, look at Timmins! Drops it back! Oh my goodness. Spencer Knight just robbed Norris. Oh my goodness. Timmins absolutely undressed Sam Renzel of the Blackhawks there. And instead, it looks like it just rolled off his stick. So instead of trying to force a shot, he dropped it back to Norris. And I don't know how Norris didn't score there. Again, another great pad save from Spencer Knight. Oh, man. I was confused. I saw someone undress the defenseman, and that's why I hesitated before saying Timmins. I was like, what? Timmins? So the Sabres are starting to get alive here, but Spencer Knight kind of goaling them at the moment. Chicago at the line, can't get it out. Doan far side scores! Josh Norris over the far face-off dot converts! And now the Sabres find the breakthrough. Couple good passes there by the Sabres, but it all started off a really bad turnover there by the Blackhawks. Riley Green couldn't get it out at the line, turned it over to Doan. Doan fed it across, and Norris went top cheddar. Short side on Spencer Knight. Yeah, the pad's been kind of troubling here for Buffalo, so just go high. That'll work. And it's a picture-perfect shot here for Josh Norris. That's going to be its 12th of the season. Points in 5 straight games here, I believe, for Josh Norris. Yeah, that's what Dan Dunleavy just said. And the Sabres are trying to get after the Blackhawks again. So the Sabres were held for 2 shots for most of this period, but they're now out shooting Chicago 6-5. Seabass, thank you so much. Here the Sabres playing it down the wall, finds Benson. Benson looking around with it, plays a pass into the corner. Sabres trying to get this one in front. They had a couple of guys there, but neither Doan nor Benson could connect. Now the Blackhawks the other way off the skate of Slaggert. Buffalo looking to keep this in possession. Donnelly was kind of outsmarting everybody. He turns it over. Chicago in front. That centering pass. Slaggert fanned on the chance. And now the Sabres will bank this one off the boards, down the ice, and they will call an icing here with 3.9 seconds remaining in this first period. But I will get you guys that goal information very shortly. Don't worry about that, okay? Oh yeah, your grandkids love seeing the passion, Jason. Sabres lose the faceoff. Hawks get a quick shot at the point. Rebound Sam in front of Luukkonen. He couldn't find it for a sec there, but The Sabres are able to whack it away from the crease and make sure we exit this period tied up at 1. That was a clean loss there for the Sabres. Bertuzzi was home. But, all right. A really sluggish start for the Sabres. Eventually ended. They turned it around. They realized they were in a hockey game here and decided to get their feet moving. Finally got a goal on the board. There it is. Josh Norris, his 12th of the season, assisted by Josh Stone. So a couple Joshes on connecting there. But like I mentioned already, folks, we will have an intermission show featuring Cal in just a moment. Let me get this clock up. Sabres should just switch back to the black and red. You know, I've seen that sentiment a lot, Ninja. You're not the only one who has brought up that point. But I have an issue with that. I really think the royal blue and gold is far superior to the black and red. I am not... It's a cool color combo, really cool logo. I love the goat head. But it's perfect where it is as an alternate. I think it could get a little grating. I mean, remember, we only had the goat heads for 10 years before they switched back to a blue and gold scheme. That's been our color scheme for the majority of this franchise's history, so I don't think they should be switching off of that. I like the blue and gold a whole lot better than the goat head black and red. Alrighty, so we're gonna wait here for Cal. Looks like Cal has entered that chat. Let me unmute myself. So we have a few moments here. Let me get Cal cropped up onto your screens. Is it gonna work? No. What? Why isn't that? Bastard. Hold. Oh, no, Cal, there you are. Now your face is all up. You're good. You're good. You don't have to change anything. Thanks. Alrighty. But, Cal, welcome. What did you, think, overall in that first period? Oh! Yeah, that's going to be really important here for Buffalo. Reminder, folks, the Sabres can clinch home ice advantage if they win in regulation against the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Tampa Bay Lightning just don't win in regulation. That's what it takes right now for the Sabres to secure our top 2 spot. But Cal, let's break through. Why do you think the Sabres keep playing down the competition right now? What's going on? Oh, you can't hear Cal? Whoops. Now you can.
Oh.
Now you're good.
Whoopsie. Yeah, playing down the competition, it seems like they're just a little bit uptight right now, and it's something that could definitely take into the playoffs. I'm a little bit worried about this group going into the playoffs. Again, this team has very little playoff experience, so I think it's just kind of one of those things where this team they haven't been here before, right? So they have to kind of just calm the storm, kind of, stay at a good pace, and then towards the end of the game, I think they'll be just fine. Scoring chances, I saw the graphic just popped up, 8-1 in favor of Buffalo. So Chicago really hasn't had that many chances. It was just that one giveaway on the power play, which we are so used to seeing.
Oh, yeah. You know what, chat? I heard you. I saw you. No more yelling at me. That was on me. I had muted Cal by accident. I just didn't look at it. But yeah, special teams has proved not to be so special. This could be a huge concern for the Sabres. I mean, our penalty kills also been kind of slumping. I know they're 1 for 1 on kills tonight, but it's not been great the last few weeks.
Special teams are huge in the playoffs, and the Sabres power play, it's gotten beyond concern for me. I don't know if this thing is repairable. It's going on 3 seasons now where they just continue to lack scoring chances. And it's not so much that I don't have faith in them. I don't think they have faith in themselves. They're just fumbling the puck every chance that they get. They keep trying to force everything to the bumper slot. They do not put pucks on the net. And the easiest way to get out of a power play slump is to get the puck on the net, force rebounds. You have one extra player out there. Eventually, it's going to find that guy towards the side of the net. You got good chances. Instead, they keep swinging it around to the point. The guys on the point, puck, Dahlin, Thompson, they're not very good with puck control at the point. They keep giving it away. We saw Dahlin have another penalty. It's him and Tuck every game. They give the puck away and then immediately commit a penalty. So that's stuff that just cannot happen in the playoffs. I'm not knocking those guys. Those guys are great players and huge reasons why the Sabres are in the playoff spot and in such a great spot in the standings to begin with. But this power play, it's got to heat up or this team is not making it very far in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's a huge concern. And when we looked at teams like Montreal or Tampa, their power plays are fantastic. Not so much their penalty kills, but their power plays have been great. And in large part, Montreal's success this season has come because that they are so good with the man advantage. But you look to those other teams, Cal, and there's a big difference between Buffalo's versus theirs. It's movement off the puck.
It's every team's versus the Sabres. Every team that the Sabres play against. And I know you said the penalty kill's been slumping, but the penalty kill was good earlier on in the season. Even when that was the case, these other teams, they move the puck around. They get continuous scoring chances on their power plays. And the Sabres power play just does not feel like a threat. So other teams in the playoffs, if say they're down by, say the Sabres are down by 2 goals, for example, the other team's just going to commit any penalty possible to prevent a goal, and they have no fear in that Sabres power play to get a goal back. So if you can't trust your power play and your special teams are slumping going into the playoffs, it is going to be extremely difficult. The only way to gain respect is to start scoring power play goals, and if they're unable to do that in the playoffs, it's going to be a quick playoff stint for the Sabres team that's waited 14 seasons.
Right. Cal, I gotta ask you a question here. Is it true for a team to both play down a competition and get scoring chances in the same game? Can those two qualities be mutually exclusive, or can they coexist?
I think they can coexist. Again, like playing down to competition more so. I think this game we saw a lot of overpassing so far. A couple of really good chances the Sabres had. Bowen Byram had a nice chance. Timmins had a nice chance that he passed up. There was another, I think Quinn passed up on one earlier too. They got to shoot the puck. And like you said, they're playing a team in Chicago that they should not be playing down to. This is a team that's checked out. They're out of the playoffs. They got nothing to play for. The Sabres got to just keep getting shots on the net. And eventually those pucks will find the net, which I saw that replay of the Norris goal. Looked like a good shot to me. And that's huge, right? To get a guy like Josh Norris on the score sheet, a guy who has been very reluctant to shoot the puck. He got robbed in the last 2 minutes of the period. So good to see him get a goal on his very next shot. Him and McLeod, though, keep shooting the puck. You have to get that confidence up. And that helps out on faceoffs too. For those two centers, of course, you don't really pair those two, shots on net and faceoff, but to get that confidence up, that helps immensely in the faceoff category as well.
Yeah, and right now we're kind of seeing a huge difference in what the Sabres are missing. That question didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm going to roll with it anyways. I'm trying to say that Anton Lundell is a new youngster, for the Chicago Blackhawks. I think he's 100% right now on the faceoff dot. And the Sabres could really use a guy like that. Is there any updates on a guy like Sam Carrick? He's the closest the Sabres have to a faceoff specialist.
Yeah, and even Sam Carrick, when he was here, I wasn't too impressed with his faceoff ability. I am a huge Sam Carrick fan. I thought he brought a lot of juice to this team, but as far as his injury goes, they haven't really updated too much. He hasn't skated that much and certainly hasn't skated. I find it really hard to believe that he would be in a round 1 playoff game. We could get surprised and maybe this weekend all of a sudden he's on the ice and ready to go. But I think that's an injury where he's going to have to slowly build back up and even play, somewhat injured through it. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Another guy, Noah Ostlund, who's battling an injury. Flip side to that, I think he will be back for the playoffs. I think they hold him out maybe Wednesday, but even more so maybe until that first playoff game because it is kind of an injury that he could re-aggravate. So I think they just kind of want to keep him out, keep him healthy, and then have him as a piece they could easily slide right back into the lineup because he's played the whole season with the team. And I think they could shuffle the lines in the playoffs to a very comfortable spot for the players. I know you don't want to shuffle lines too much once you get into the playoffs, but I think the team has kind of shuffled enough around where they'll feel comfortable with maybe 4 or 5 different lineup combinations.
Yeah. And Cal, the story for the Sabres team for the last few weeks has been their third line. Tonight, it's Connor Timmins and Logan Stanley. Are you a bit surprised that Lindy Ruff decided to change it again? Or do you think he's just trying to workshop and see what he's got before playoffs?
Yeah, again, you're playing Chicago, so this should be a fairly easy win. So I think he's kind of workshopping it, seeing what works, what doesn't. But I am a little bit surprised to see Timmins back in because you know what you got with Timmins, right? Like he's played a lot of the season. He had that injury, but like you saw pre-injury and post-injury Connor Timmins, and both versions seem to be the same sort of player. A good shot blocker, decent on the penalty kill, not very offensive minded whatsoever, and a bit of a pylon back there on defense. So I don't really love the combination of him and Stanley. I think you're at a huge defensive disadvantage and speed disadvantage, but I don't mind it in the playoffs. So I think Lindy Ruff, not so much looking at what they do in the game, but more so situational and seeing, say this was a playoff game, say you're on a penalty kill, can these two work? And so far it hasn't been terrible, but at the same time, you kind of got to make your decision soon. You can't be rotating your third pair defense every single game in the playoffs. I think that would kind of be a killer to the guys in the lineup. You got to give somebody confidence and say, hey, you're our guy on that third pair. We trust in you, because if you don't, these guys are going to be playing timid. They're going to be kind of playing scared, and they know their roster spots up. And some guys play better under that pressure, but a lot of guys are going to maybe not go for that golden opportunity and sit back just to play it safe so they don't get removed from the lineup in the next game.
Yeah, and I thought we saw a little bit of that in New York last time we watched. I didn't watch as closely in that Columbus game. It just seemed like they were playing a far cleaner game outside of a couple minutes where Cold and Chaos had to kind of bail us out there. But I was equally surprised to see Timmins here in tonight's game. I thought Metsa's been playing fine. And Lindy's been trying to play him more on the PK, and that's been the biggest knock against Metsa, that he can't burden some of those penalty kill minutes. But we've been seeing him get a few more responsibilities. And Cal, you may disagree with this, but I still think we should see Metsa in round 1, game 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's really opponent dependent with Metsa, right? Because Metsa, he does lack a lot physically. He's smaller, he is faster, but if you pair him up against a really physical team, say they play Ottawa, for example, and it's Tkachuk versus Metsa in the corner on the battles, that is going to be a difficult matchup for Metsa. Whereas if you play Montreal, for example, they're a quicker, younger, faster team that lacks physicality. That would be, I think, a perfect opportunity for Metsa. So overall player in the regular season, give me Zach Metsa as our last guy on defense every single day of the week. But in the playoffs, as much as I hate saying this, you might be better off with a guy like Connor Timmins or, Stanley in the lineup rather than like a Kesselring. And I think they've kind of written Kesselring off. I still completely disagree with that. I don't know if he's still banged up or something, but I think he kind of is the perfect mix. He can be physical, he's fast, he's offensive minded, although he doesn't have a goal this season. But I think he has all the tools. He just hasn't put it together yet, which is very concerning, him playing the entire season and now not playing. But Lindy must just, I don't know. We know Lindy has PTSD from that 06-07 year where the defenseman got hurt, and he knows he has to keep all these defensemen fresh, but we really cannot afford to have a game where Shen is playing in a desperation moment.
Yeah, please God, no. I said it in the first period, but Timmins is probably, I don't know how many defensemen do we have? 8 or 9 guys. Either way, Timmins is probably my second least favorite defenseman on this roster. He should be your second lowest. Lowest is Luke Shen. And I'm with you there on Kesselring too. I'm really concerned about him. I don't think we'll see Kesselring again in a Sabres jersey, to be quite honest. I mean, maybe if we win tonight and other results go our way, maybe Lindy just throws out a bunch of the guys who usually don't play. And maybe we see Kesselring there, but I don't think we see him next season with this hockey team. He just hasn't been gelling with this system. Maybe if Lindy Ruff does retire, the next guy will give Kesselring a chance, but I don't know. Ooh, Cal, did you see this? Detroit just tied up the Tampa game.
And
Oh,
if that game gets to overtime, that immediately puts us in a spot where 2 points gets us into the first place position locked in. So how much time's left in that game? Is that
I don't know. That's a question for chat. How much time
oh boy.
do we have in that Detroit game? Because yes, if Tampa is taking a extra time and they win, the Sabres just have to win in regulation to clinch first place of the division and win the division. Can you imagine? This season's been so crazy. Going back on the season finale in Buffalo, that place is going to be rocking on Wednesday if things hold up.
In a game that would mean absolutely nothing. The crowd would be ecstatic. That would be such a fun game. But I said before the game, and Jaden could second me on this if he's in here. I said if Tampa Bay loses, the Sabres are going to lose. If Tampa Bay wins, the Sabres are going to win. They're going to make it hard on themselves. I'd love to clinch at home, but I don't care. If you could clinch tonight and be able to rest some starters on Wednesday, that would be ideal for sure. Colton Ellis would definitely get a start in net, I think, if that was the case. And you said, maybe Kesselring gets a game in there, and that would be fun to see as well. We'll see. Josh Dunn would probably play as well, so maybe his final game as a Sabre. Greenway for sure too. You'll definitely see some interesting faces, maybe some call-ups as well. It's going to be very fun to watch playoff hockey, and I know that's kind of an understatement, but I still haven't really come to grasps with that this weekend we will be watching Sabres playoff hockey. I mean, I have not thought of that or been able to say that in my lifetime, so that's crazy.
No, I mean, not in our conscious lifetime as being Sabres fans. I mean, this is so exciting. It's going to be weird, and of course, we'll be here on Buffalo Sports Center. I've looked online. I'm pretty sure that I should be able to watch on just ESPN Plus for now. I mean, I have TNT, so I'm able to watch on those platforms too. It seems like if the Sabres do play in the playoffs on Saturday or Sunday, that it'll be on TNT or HBO. Looks like 4 minutes left and counting in the Detroit game. Flyers are in scoring positions. What does that mean, Marcus? Can we clarify?
If the Flyers get a point tonight, they clinch. So maybe that is what that means there. I saw it was tied up 2-2, so maybe that just means they're close to getting a point there. What a season this has been though, and I'm so excited to go to these watch parties at Canal Side. I know the second period's going to get going. I'm not used to saying second period at 9:30 at night, but thank you NHL. But yeah, ticket prices absolutely through the roof. If you guys want tickets, just wait a couple days. They're going to go back down to at least like the 200s, 300s. Do not spend $1,000 on ticket. $100 a couple days ago. Tickets for Ottawa though, if we end up playing Ottawa, they are looking at like $110. So if we want to infiltrate Ottawa, we could have a fan meet up there.
Oh yeah,
for sure. That's not a bad price.
Kale, we will touch on the morals of capitalism in the second intermission, but we are about to begin here for the second period. Any final thoughts here before you hop off?
Go Sabres, and hopefully by the next time I'm on here, we only need a singular, or I guess a regulation win to clinch. So I'll see you in the second intermission.
Alrighty, goodbye, Cal. That you heard his thoughts. You heard the genius's thoughts there. Let's see here. Do we have any more updates? It's still 3-3 in that Detroit game. Are we still doing good? Cal's a communist? No. He's the furthest thing from a communist. No, he is not a communist. But we are going to touch on capitalism. So if you guys have your textbooks ready to go and your notebooks ready to write down on, you'll be well equipped to watch us in the second intermission. But I see, my brother right now was watching the Detroit game because we're still, I guess we have a couple minutes. Maybe I started my clock too soon here on the intermission. Actually, he's watching the Philly game. See how much more time he got on this intermission. It looked like they're about to come back to play. What? We've already started? Oh yeah, we are well up and running here. My ESPN feed, it must have paused or something because it's 20 seconds behind, but we're back. We're good. Second period's begun. Here's Samuelson. Good find in front. Krebs couldn't get the shot to go past Spencer Knight. Good cycling here early on by the first line. Overtime in Philly, that's why they're going crazy. So Philly just needed a point to clinch, is that right? Or did they need two? Either way, Detroit's going to stand all alone for longest playoff drought in the NHL by far. They're going to be sitting at 10 years. I think the Flyers, before clinching tonight, if they have at 5 years or something like that. What are the drought statistics looking like right now for teams across the NHL? Because everyone's breaking their slumps this year. Buffalo, Anaheim, Philly appears to do so. So I wonder, outside of Detroit, who else is kind of miserable? Sabres still operating here in the Chicago zone. Here's Quinn at the blue line, dancing with the puck. He just sends it down low towards Zucker in the corner. He finds McLeod. McLeod to the point for Byram. Byram across. There's a quick shot. Didn't make it all the way through. So yes, again, remember, if Tampa gets to overtime, doesn't matter what happens there, whether they win or lose, the Sabres will just need a regulation win. Of course, the guys on the ice don't know that, but we as fans will be scoreboard watching right now. Ooh, Zucker, he's got to be careful at the center ice. He gets that loose puck again. He'll take a long-range shot on Knight. Knight kind of pissed off with the officials. It was a quick whistle. Bro wanted to keep play moving. 5. 150 left there. Okay. Tampa was up 3-1 going into the third. They got to be kicking themselves. That's not me farting. That's me moving around in my chair. 95 people. Make sure to like and subscribe. Sabres in the offensive zone here. Win the faceoff. Puck goes back to the point. They'll swing it back down low by Stanley. Finds Norris. Norris back to the point. Stanley shot blocked in front. And Del Mastro looking for that stretch pass. Can't connect. Sabres force them to retreat here. There's a loose pass from Chicago at center. Sabres definitely have a more affirmative touch in this. Oh, there's a good opportunity in front. It was off the skate of Benson. He received a centering pass, just bounced off the skate and wide. There's another quick shot from the wing there by Doan. Rebound sits behind the net here with Kaiser. Kaiser trying to wiggle his way out in front. He falls down, cannot clear. Kept in by Stanley. Stanley, centering pass, got caught up in the skates of Benson. And I'm sure they'll be making fun of the youngster on the bench there for killing that play. Sabres quickly again up by Stanley. Nice pass forward to Tuck. Centers this one just behind Thompson. Here's Stanley reaching at the blue line. What a couple of moments here from Logan Stanley to keep plays alive in the offensive zone. He finds Tage. Tage to the point. Darlene walks towards the middle, takes the shot, blocked away by Spencer Knight. Sabres are cooking. Here's Thompson. No look pass forward to Krebs. Can't get a shot off. He loses it, but Hawks can't clear. Darlene, his cross-ice pass leaks out of the zone. Forced to retreat. Now the Sabres quick up here to the far side. Here's Tuck. His cross-ice pass bounces off the boards right to a Chicago player, and now here comes Burakovsky. Burakovsky into the corner looking for Nazar. They're going to OT. Alrighty, there it is. That's official then. Sabres just need 2 points here in regulation. Find a way, and the Sabres will get first place in the Atlantic. They can win the Atlantic here tonight. Here's Tage trying to float a pass towards the middle. Outside the reach of Krebs. He's taken to the boards by Crevier. Puck still loose on the far boards. I can hear the Philly announcer going crazy downstairs. Sabres still jamming away for that loose puck. Beck can't get to it, but the Hawks are struggling to clear right now. Sabres are all over the Hawks right now. Great play right now as MSG's highlighting the Tampa game. What a pass, far side. Here's Beck trying to cut towards the net. He's forced to the outside. Now he'll go below the goal line. Banks one to the point here for Byram. Byram shot off the knob of the stick of Spencer Knight. Into the corner, the puck goes. Greenway with a good check behind the net. Sits down Vlasic. Can't keep the puck, though. Eventually, Chicago can get it out. We do not... If we lose, the Sabres will have to win on Dallas. On Wednesday against Dallas. But we can take care of business here. We can take care of business tonight. Here's McLeod. Good win back. He quick up again to Quinn. Quinn, fan on his centering pass. Gives it right to Bedard here. He'll circle around in his own zone. Dances around one. Moves forward here to center. Bedard still with the puck, crossing the Sabres blue line, drops it back, straight to Ryan Green. Green can't step towards the middle before the Sabres take it away from him. McLeod floats a pass to the far side. Quinn can't get to it. He'll just go out for a line change. Hawks seeing that quickly forward here to Bedard. He'll hold up at the Sabres blue line, feeds it down low to Lardis. Lardis to Green. Green trying to get out of the corner. He has the puck still on a stick. Goes cross ice to the near side point. Del Mastro with a shot. Stopped by Luukkonen. Rebound kick to a wide open wing. No one there for Chicago, though. And they're forced out of the zone. Here's Doan at center ice. He's got 3. They got numbers. Here's Norris to the outside. Norris trying to go cross ice. Just send it towards the net, brother. He had numbers. He gets it. Oh, nearly had a step out in front. Mikheyev with a good stick there to break that play up. Here's Chicago trying to play it up the far side. They do. Bertuzzi looking for his 33rd. Won't get it there as Dahlin breaks that play up. Now he'll chip it out of the zone. But it took a deflection. No delay of game there against Dahlin. So it'll just be a whistle. A harmless whistle. So Carolina and Philly are in overtime. I wonder if that clinches first in the conference for Carolina in May. I'm not sure yet. I believe it does, though. But 14:10 to go here in the second period. Sabres definitely have some pep in their step after, they were tied after 1, but it wasn't fantastic. Tampa just scored. Damn it. Yeah, okay, that doesn't matter for us. Sabres just still control their own destiny here. Here's Thompson with a good touch pass forward to Krebs. Krebs, that was not offsides. Okay. Here's Krebs going into the corner. Good stick lift there by Thompson. Couldn't get a shot across. Puck rolls around to the forwards now. Byram just keeps it at the blue line. Just plays it down low. Chicago trying to put it in deep. They had a man streaking up the middle of the ice. They can't find him. And the Sabres with Tuck lose it at center. Here's Bertuzzi picking up this puck. He'll chip it into the Sabres zone. So Tampa won. Damn. Tuck just got upended at center ice. Whoa! Greenway comes across and labels Nazar. Nazar appears to be fine, though. Play continues. Here's Byram. Finds Power, tape to tape. He'll move to center. Leaves it for Kozak to the outside for Greenway. Greenway just banks it off the end boards into the far corner. No one there for Buffalo, though, as Bedard now can play it forward to center. Sabres, though, keep possession. Center ice touched there by Greenway. Floats it on Knight, so that negates the icing here. Ooh, Malestein looking to kill someone. Chicago just forced to play it out to center, where the Sabres, again, will control things here. When I talked in the first period about the Sabres playing down the competition, part of that is not just scoring chances and some of the other... Ooh, watch out. Zucker did the net. My point was that the Sabres were not having quality puck possession in any of the 3 zones of the ice. This period, that's definitely changed, though. They are controlling this game a whole lot more, much to the standards they've set for themselves. Here's Quinn fumbling with the puck at center, kicks it out wide to Zucker. Zucker just plays it down low. Sabres, good forecheck there to stay alive for a moment. Nah, not anymore. Never mind. Chicago sends it down the ice. Samuelson, you're in a foot race, buddy. Just beats out Slager. Slager putting some good pressure on, but Samuelson gets it up ice. He finds McLeod. McLeod off the touch pass, looking to center. Why are you trying to pass? There was no one there. There was no one there, buddy. Here comes Chicago playing it up ahead into the corner there. It's the number 25 guy. I don't know his name, so I'm just going to refer to him as 25. Sabres with good touch pass out to center. Norris trying to undress the defenseman. Nearly did. They're going into a shootout. Interesting. Seabass. 11-11 to go here in the second period. Still a tied game at 1 as Chicago ices the puck. Toronto's beating Dallas? I guess Dallas doesn't really have anything to play for right now. San Jose's beating Nashville. That's huge for the Western Conference. But there's that. Oops. Let me know how that Philly game goes. Not because it affects the... Well, it kind of affects the Sabres. I didn't really expect us to get first place in the Eastern Conference. It would have been nice. So if you want that, I suppose we are rooting for Philly. Sabres lose the faceoff here in the Chicago zone. Kaiser. What's my opinion on Palm Beach Pete? Not sure. Not sure who Palm Beach Pete is. Ooh! Byram just got upended in the corner, but watch out. The Sabres have a chance the other way. Tage to the outside. He's got some speed. Good stick coming back, though, from Vlasic. The big, rangy defenseman able to break up that play from Thompson. And now here's Bedard the other way. Drops it for Green. Green high up in the zone of Vlasic. Back outside to Green. Green, his cross-ice pass missed everybody. And now the Sabres may have an odd-man rush the other way. Here's Tuck pushing it forward. Now he'll just curl up and stop at the blue line. Sends a cross-ice pass to Tage. Tage down low to Krebs. Krebs to the point. Across to Stanley. He holds, doesn't take the shot. He'll just, again, send it across to Timmins. Still looking for his first goal. Takes the shot. Goes high up. Krebs, alert to the rebound, gets to it first. Gets it to the point. Again to Stanley with a blast. And that one straight into the glove of Knight as he holds on for no rebound. And now, I was waiting for it, but now the broadcast is going to a commercial. So there you go. 103 people in the chat. Now is such a perfect time to like and subscribe. Let's see, how many likes are we at? 32. Wow. Oh, that should be 50 at this point, ladies and gentlemen. 50. I'm so disgusted. Not really. I love you guys. But let's get it up to at least 40, you know? That would be cool. In your opinion, what you are seeing, how the Sabres lose this game? What is their keys to win at the moment? Keys to winning, definitely getting pucks on net. Chicago's really loosey-goosey with the puck in their own zone, just as much as the Sabres have been in the last couple weeks. So I would definitely say pucks to the net. They're getting opportunities real nicely. Another big thing is just limiting Chicago's counterattack. Right now, they love to crisscross at the Sabres blue line, try to open stuff up. Kind of similar to how the Sabres play. So the Sabres just got to stay up, high, aggressive, press them. Especially when Bedard's got the puck. How can they lose this game? Turnovers. Sloppy puck management. Similar things that have killed the Sabres in recent weeks. You know, I think of the Ottawa game. I think of that Detroit game where they lost 5-2. Sloppy puck management will get them in trouble. But so far this second period, they've been really clean with the puck and their passing. It's been crisp. It's been cool. And as a result, they've been getting more pressure and more chances. Quality chances. Elderly Hog playing down the competition is taking dumb penalties, putting yourselves offside, sleepwalking through shifts. They have tripled the shots. They've given up one chance. Our goalkeeper could read a magazine. In the second period, that is especially true, but in the first 5 to 6 minutes, the Sabres were not making crisp passes. They took a dumb penalty courtesy of Dahlin, and they were turning it over when on the power play. So those were all issues, and that's why I did say that the Sabres were playing down in competition, because for the first 6 to 8 minutes, they were. And that, you know, is all it takes for you to get down real big in an NHL game. But we are back here in play. Commercial break is over. All right, let's see them win. That Detroit game was... Really? Detroit's not a very great team, but it's fine. We still control our own destiny. Just get another goal and lock everything down. Continue to be a brick wall in front of Luukkonen. Protect him. And we'll get this win. And we'll get the division. Alright, offensive zone faceoff. Won there by the Hawks. And watch out, they lift a stick and now they move forward here on a 2-on-1. Quick shot. That misses. It was Burakovsky who tried to go up high and he instead went wide on Luukkonen. It actually goes out of play, too. Let's see. Do we have an update on the Philly game? We do not yet. They're still in a shootout according to the NHL app. Alright, we're waiting for this face-off to be dropped. If we don't win this, I'll be extremely... Oh, yeah, Sawyer, as he should. Chicago's a much worse team than Buffalo. Chicago wins the face-off. That shot from the point. Kareem's wide of Luukkonen. It wasn't really that close, but he didn't know where it was. The Flyers won, so they've clinched. There's another drought busted. Rasmus Ristolainen is going to be in the playoffs for the first time in his 800-game career. Good for him. I always liked Rasmus, too. I was hoping the Sabres would trade for him at the deadline. But Danny Briere is asking for too much. I guess rightly so. Ooh, good play here by the Sabres to force a turnover here. Greenway trying to go short angle. Short side on Knight, but he missed the target and the puck goes out of play. So, yep, Philly is 1. We will see. I'll check back in with the standings and make sure that Carolina hasn't clinched number 1. But Philly is clinched. Columbus is out. Columbus is done. Sabres lose another draw here. Gotham Sports is annoying. How so? Come on, Greenway. He's only got 1 goal this season. Isn't that crazy? Here's McLeod. Good pass down low. In front. Zucker to the net. Couple good backhand opportunities there. Now he gets pushed off the puck. And the puck, no, will go off the glass out to center here for Byram. Byram in his own zone after the Blackhawks chop at it a couple times. Pass on the wing here for Power. Deflects this one into the Hawks zone. McLeod, nice pass to find Power. Trying to find Zucker in front. It was in his skates, so Zucker dances around 1, gets it to Power along the boards. He turns it over, though. And now the Hawks will just lift it to center. Oh, that was a high stick here. Wait, whoa. Oh, it was a delayed offsides. I thought that was the ref for a moment. Calling a penalty on someone. Here's Dahlin to Power. He's been out here for quite a while. Finds a pass on the near side for Dahlin. Dahlin gets to the blue line. He'll just shoot it around the boards. It finds Knight. But eventually, the Sabres get back on that puck. Here's Tuck from the corner to the point. Dahlin with a high rising shot straight into the glove of Knight. And that will draw another whistle and a commercial break here with 110. 110 people in the chat. 7:40 on the clock. Sabres still looking for that breakthrough, but if they do, then they're one step closer to getting home ice advantage. And that's the big key right now. Your toupee looks super good. Thank you for everything, Grings from Burundi. You know, I gotta say, my toupee, this is a really quality toupee, Elderly Hunk. This is a quality one. So I appreciate your kind comments. Oh, so we're in a commercial right now. Sabres are definitely playing better here in the second. Would have loved to see Detroit win in that other important game here tonight. That sucks, but nothing's ever easy in the NHL, especially this season in the Atlantic. Ooh. We got 113. We're in a commercial break right now. I'll take this time to like and sub. You know, join us. We'll be streaming all the playoff games as well. Or at least we'll try to. But there's a bit of uncertainty right now in my situation. But we'll try our hardest. It's going to be hype. Sabres are going to be back for the first time in 15 years. So turn on those notification bells and, you know, all the other stuff. You know. It's, yeah. 5-5 Leaf and Stars. Dude, what? Dude, the Leafs are so bad. They were up, what? 5-2? Like 10 minutes ago. Toronto's just awful. They are an awful team. Cal clinched. Yeah. Dude, Alex talked about loyalty to the crest. You'll love to see it. This team is so magical, man. They're so great. It would be even better if they were able to get another goal here. That'd be nice. If they could please do that, that'd be great. Sabres have really been dominating in the second period, and they get a face-off win. Finally, here's Dahlin from the point. Quick up to the point. Thompson shot straight into the glove of Knight. He tracked that puck real nicely. Knight's locked in. And I mentioned this in the first period, but Spencer Knight has been really good for the Blackhawks this season. It's not like his stats have substantially been hurt by having a really bad team in front of him. No, he is clearly their number one. And he's blossoming this season in Chicago. It's too bad Chicago's wasting a year of great goaltending. Great's a stretch. Good goaltending. Here's Bedard. Quick up here to Mikheyev, cutting to the net. He drops it. Ooh, good stick by Luukkonen and Krebs. Now Krebs with two teammates accompanying him to center. He'll chip it around behind the net into the corner. Tage can't get to it. There's a loose puck now. Tage eventually finds it and scores! Another sloppy turnover there by the Chicago Blackhawks. And Tage makes no mistake about it. 2-1. He was under pressure from the start there. And this was just a weird ping-pong sort of play there for the Blackhawks. They tried to go through the middle of the ice. It banged off a couple of skates, eventually went off the skate of Louis Crevier, and of course, Tage was the guy standing right there, licking his chops, and he made the Chicago Blackhawks pay. So 2 bad turnovers for the Blackhawks tonight, and the Sabres have converted on both of them, as they should. So the Sabres have their first lead of the hockey game. I know, finally. Here are the Sabres again at center. There's Power weaving his way. He'll eventually shoot it in. It goes all the way around to the far side of Bedard. I wonder what Bedard thinks losing this much. He's certainly not used to this much losing in his career. It's been 3 years of this now. Or 2 years? I think 2. No, it's been 3. And there's this puck battle right now in the Sabres zone. Right in the corner. Eventually, the Hawks get it out in front. Luukkonen was alert to it. He's going to quickly cover that one up with 6:15 to go now in the second. You got to love how the Sabres, for one time on Fan Appreciation Night, are going to be cheered. It's so weird. It's so weird having this much positivity. Yeah, Jilask, for real. The Res Man. Tage, it's how many games has it been since Tage scored a goal? I thought he scored one, no, I guess actually he didn't score against New York. How many games has it been? I don't have it on my sheet right now. Oh, that's interesting. There's a long point range shot from the Hawks, right into the glove of Luukkonen. That shot coming from Sam Rinzel. Easy save for him. So we wait here for another face-off. Has it been 6 games? I don't know. I'm asking you guys. I don't know the right answer. Quick face-off here. Far side. Shot blocked. And now Beck Malstein leading the rush. 2-on-1. Here's Beck, accompanied by Greenway. Across Greenway. Oh my god, you suck. Oh my god. It wasn't a great pass for Beck. It went into the skates of Beck. It went to the skates of Greenway, but Greenway looks so clumsy. He looks like me last night in beer league. There's a long-range shot from Beck, straight into the chest of Knight. He'll hold on for another rebound, and it looks like we are going to a commercial break. But my goodness, Greenway, I know Noah Oslin's hurt right now. That's the only reason why Greenway's playing, but please, Noah and Sam, be healthy for the playoffs. That's all I ask. Oh, let me get you guys this goal information. Paying him we're paying him $4 million for this season and for next season as well. So, yeah, I know it's fantastic, right? It's fantastic. So there's the goal information. Do I think Ostlund will be back this weekend? It's tough. I mean, the Sabres have been considering him day-to-day for a couple weeks now, but it's been a couple weeks, and Lindy talked about it briefly with the press. He said it's sort of a pain management situation with Ostlund, where if he wakes up and he's feeling good, he's going to be back on the ice, but it's been a nagging injury, and he hasn't been himself. But I would also argue, it's nice that the Sabres have enough depth on their roster to mitigate for an Ostlund absence, but it's the playoffs. I mean, so many guys play with a broken sternum, broken legs, torn ACLs. They play through the pain. So he's got to also do it. Loyalty to the crest, man. Malenstein, yeah, it's a must. It's a must to keep him. So there's that goal information as we return to play here. There's only been 3 other players in Sabres history with consecutive 40-goal seasons. That's pretty crazy. Checking in to get you another like, bro. Appreciate it, Fleekwood. That's a good guy right there. That's a great guy. Or girl. Injuries have been a little unclear lately. I don't know what the Sabres are doing. Are they just putting these guys on the shelf to get them... maybe they're 80%. Just trying to let them rest and eventually get back to 90%. Hold that thought. Nazar leads a 2-on-1 rush. Trying to get it to the net there. He's looking for Bertuzzi. Poked away from the both of them. And now Tuck outside of the far corner. He'll skate away with it. Couple nice moves. Finds Samuelsson. Can we get another Samuelsson blast? I know. Those were the dark days. That was when the Sabres sucked and we'd stream a game once every 2 weeks. Tage holding at the line, plays it out wide to Samuelsson. Down low to Krebs. 1:15, I know. Here's Tuck walking out from the goal line, trying to sneak it short side on the night, but it's a good play by Tuck and good save by Knight to keep that one out. I know, 5-115. No, but you know what? The real ones were here when there were 5 viewers. Not saying you guys aren't real now. I mean, maybe we look back on this moment and go, wow, only 115? As there's 515 or 1,000 in one time. Who knows? Sabres are heavily out shooting Chicago right now. Sabres have been dominating this period. I love to see it. You'll love to see it. I don't know what Lindy said to them in the locker room, but it's getting through. There haven't been as many sloppy plays in the second as there were in the first. It's great. It's fantastic. Just all about interest in the Sabres, and before there weren't, because this team was the worst in the all of the 4 major sports, but now it's different. Here's Stanley at center ice. Stanley will lift this in the center. He pokes it into the far corner there. Bouncing puck. Just got outside the line. How does Stanley not reach for some of these pucks? I mean, he's a huge guy. You'd expect him to use his reach and get to these. But yes, if all results hold right now, the Sabres would clinch and become the Atlantic Division winners. They'll get their first banner in the rafters since 2010. Del Mastro to the line, not out though. Power just keeps it in, but no one there for Buffalo to support. And it allows Chicago to come unabated to the Sabre zone. Here's Byram now. From below his own goal line, leading the rush here to center ice. He'll shoot one in. Goes all the way around to the far side. Doan leaves it there for Benson. Benson, nice move to spin away from one. And he's in the corner, looking for some help. He gets it to the outside for Byram. Cross ice to Power. Can't handle the pass. Taken to the boards there by Renzel. Good support by Doan to keep it alive. He sends it to the point. To Benson. Out wide. Doan with a quick shot to Flux. Just wide of Knight. Now Benson, he's got it behind the net. Trying to get out in front. He does. It finds a man. There's a shot that dribbles its way through. Knight made the initial save. Sabres keeping the pressure alive here. Norris inside to Doan. Back to Norris on the far faceoff dot. Norris trying to cut to the front. Has it poked off his stick. And now the Hawks break it up but can't clear. They are dead tired right now. Here's Benson. Centers this one to Doan. Doan trying to slide it towards the low slot there. Norris couldn't handle it. Now Norris, far side. There's some space. There's a shot. Stopped by Knight. Rebound for Dahlin. Stopped by Knight again. Rebound again in front. It was Doan on the spinorama. He tripped over a broken stick. Maybe he broke his zone. I don't know. But now Chicago can clear. It's with Kaiser to center ice to Nazar. He'll cut inside. Throws it into the far corner. And now we can breathe. Samuelson to Greenway. Up the far side. He'll chip it into the corner. He'll chase after it now. Del Mastro gets after it first. Support there by Bedard. And Chicago go up the far side. 3:15 to go as Burakovsky steps around a couple. And that's going to draw a penalty. So the Hawks are going back to the power play because Greenway, I don't believe, knows how to skate. Who doesn't know how to skate here? Who doesn't know? But yeah. Hey, Fleetwood, happy birthday. Would be great for the Sabres to clinch. Yeah. Happy birthday, brother. Thank night. I don't think I have a legit talent. Looks like Melenstein doesn't know how to skate this time, so... Chicago, they're 0 for 1 so far on the power play tonight. Looking to tie things up here late on in the second. Star score, Bork hat-trick. Wow. Alrighty. Sabres on the penalty kill. Chicago wins the opening draw. Here's Bedard cross ice. Just keeps it in. There's a quick shot looking back post. Bertuzzi was there. Puck goes to the far corner now for Samuelson. Has it stolen off his stick by Bertuzzi. Finds it out in front. Bedard with a quick backhander. Straight on Luke. And it makes the save. And you can hear in the crowd as well. There's a large Sabres contingency up in Chicago. I may have to catch a game in Chicago. I haven't been up there once. I've never visited Chicago. I'm going to have to try that. But Bedard just kind of saw it. Or actually, why did I think that was Bedard? That's Anton Lundell. You know, I'm a dumbass. That's my fault. My fault. All right, another face-off win here for Chicago. Bedard cross ice here. Another cross ice looking for Lundell. Can't get it on net. He'll just send it to the point here for Bedard. To Nazar in the high bumper. Back up top at the point. It's Bedard. Walking across the blue line. Takes the shot. That deflects just wide. May have clipped the outside of the post. Rebound kicks in the corner. Timmins finds it. Gets it to Kozak. And he will send it down the ice. 1:10 remains on this Blackhawks power play. Yes, sir, Marcus. Let's go Sabres. Here's Bedard with speed going forward. Gets across the blue line. Has it broken up just inside. Sabres poke it back out to center. Now Frank Nazar. Spinning away from pressure. He'll circle forward. To Lundell. Back to Nazar. Drives into the corner. Near side corner. Met there by Stanley. He'll kick it to the far side. Lundell has it. Centers it to Bedard. Toe drags. Takes the shot. That's wide. Now Nazar in front to Lundell. Good save by Luukkonen again. Back up top to Derevine and now wide. Pressure is building here. Lundell trying to get it to the front. His initial pass went into the skates of power. He finds it again. Lundell did. He'll play it to the far side. Nazar keeps it alive here for Chicago. Down low to Bertuzzi. His pass hits off a skate of a referee. So it stays behind the net. Eventually it's kicked out in front. No one there for the 13 seconds left in the kill. Less than 30 in the period. Now it gets out the center. Oh, Sabres able to ride through that pressure there. So that power play is over for Chicago. Bedard skates into the zone. Centering. Missed Donato. Shot finds Green. His effort was blocked. Sabres lifted out to center one last time. And that should do it here on the second period. So the Sabres will leave the second with a 1-goal advantage. They lead the shot count 18-9. So I have it kind of backwards on my tracker here. There you go. And the Sabres definitely played better in that second than in the first. They got their feet going. A lot more shots. And they were causing a heck of a lot of turnovers and mistakes from the Hawks team. And that led to both of the Sabres goals here tonight. But the Sabres now, they're one period closer to locking down the Atlantic Division. So that's what we will be looking at. But in the meantime, we will get Cal onto the stream. So let me do that. Bada boom, bada bang. We want a hat trick? Hell yeah, we do. We're waiting for Cal to get in. Cal, get your ass into the voice. Get your butt into the voice, Cal. What are you doing? Question of the day. How do you pronounce Sabres? Sabres? I think that's the only way to say it. Sabres. Alright, Cal's in the Google Voice. So let's join him. Hold on, Cal. Give me 1 second here. Let's get him up onto the screen. There he is. Cal. The Sabres got a goal. They're 1 period closer to clinching the Atlantic Division. How you feeling?
20 minutes away. It's going to be a long 20 minutes, but 20 minutes away from victory. You could call this season an absolute win, and you can rest guys on Wednesday. So it's going to be a fight. The Blackhawks didn't show much effort there in that second period, so maybe a sign that they are checked out of this one a little bit early. Only a couple shots in that period before that last power play opportunity there, which Sabres cannot take any more of those. You cannot give the Blackhawks any primetime opportunities.
Yeah. Real quick diversion here. Jade chat, how do you pronounce Sarbies? In reference to the guy with the misspelled whatever, the Buffalo Slug sweater behind Sabres bench.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy got a brand new sweatshirt. So maybe that's the meta. Maybe he did that on purpose to get some free merch, because those hoodies are $90, and I don't think anyone wants to spend that kind of money on that kind of design. So
No.
maybe he did that on purpose. I don't know.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I think that's the move. We should try that one of these times. Get a bunch of Sarbies things, purposely buy them fake off DHgate or something.
Try to get this. Yeah, maybe this team will give us a little bit of our a gift for sticking with them for these last few years that have been absolutely atrocious. Some of the worst hockey we've seen in quite some time. And this season, they just have a complete team. This team gets it done no matter what that gets thrown at them. They're able to kind of bounce off of it and play good ball and a good puck. And it's just it's been a good season. We got 20 minutes left of, I guess you could say, the regular season. Wednesday's game won't matter if they win in regulation here. And then it's time for playoffs.
Oh yeah, Cal, Sawyer is asking about one of our Canisius hockey game stories. Did you mention how we used to go to those games?
I don't know if I did. Maybe a long time ago. I don't remember talking about those, but I certainly remember a few different instances from that night. That was a great game. I couldn't tell you who won the game, but I remember the chuck of puck. I remember the chubby kid that was sitting in the front row that, let's just say, did not wear a belt. Yeah.
What about Felix Cumberland? I remember him.
Oh yeah. Felix was an absolute dog out there. Big body guy, physical hockey player, one of the best.
Sawyer says, I mentioned it a while back. See, I totally forgot I said that. I do not recall mentioning that we went to a Canisius hockey, but we used to go. And Cal, did you ever go to Canisius hockey games when they still played at Buff State?
No, I did not. I think Jaden might have. Jaden's definitely been to some Buff State games back in the day. I have never been to a Buff State game, but yeah, I think the only college games I've been to was that Canisius game, and then we went to the Frozen Four, I think, and we were there till like 2 a.m. because it went to double OT.
Oh yeah,
I remember that game as well.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
Who we got in chat? Jonathan Manson. Only sad moment if a win is Carolina clinching. So Carolina did clinch the conference. Is that like a thing? They did.
I said, did they win in the shootout? I think so. There was pretty much no chance we were going to win the conference anyway. So winning the division will be just fine with me.
Oh yeah. Ooh. So someone in chat mentioned a Louis Texas hot dog. That's not as good as Ted's hot dogs. Ted's are better. Low key.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big Ted's guy myself, but yeah.
Yeah, but Cal, you need to talk about and defend why you hate capitalism here, and just in the context of price gouging by Sabres season ticket holders for playoff games. I'm gonna go run and get some water and loot my
Sounds good.
Extremely piss.
Yeah, tickets are getting pricey, but again, like I said in the video, I urge all of you guys, if you guys feel a little bit outmatched on those ticket prices, please attend the watch parties that are going to be happening downtown. It's going to be such a great time. I'll be there interacting with everyone. There's going to be a lot of content creators there, a lot of diehard fans. There's going to be a lot of chants going on. It's going to be like a soccer environment. I think it's going to be crazy. So I'm very, very excited for that. And hopefully there's a lot of them. Hopefully it's not just the 2 and done. As far as away games go, I think there's going to be a lot of events downtown as well. They haven't announced any watch parties, but I'd assume that arena is going to be open. I'd assume if not the Sabres arena, maybe they do something at the baseball field down there. But you would think there'd be some sort of viewing party officially set by the team, and then some other ones by some restaurants. Yeah, and it looks like the Sabres will have a home ice advantage in games 1 and 2. Not confirmed yet. They still have to win tonight, but so far so good. And that will be a very fun thing to see in Buffalo. As far as times go, there's a couple time slots that I think the Sabres could line up in. There's a Saturday matinee game. There's a Saturday like 5 o'clock game. There's a Sunday 1 o'clock game I think could look prime. They're not going to be playing the 8 o'clock game. I don't think so. That'll be reserved for Hockey Night in Canada. And then, of course, the 10 o'clocks, 9 o'clock games. Those are all West Coast games. So if you look at all the time slots so far, I think there's maybe 4 options left for the Sabres that would make realistic sense. 3 of them being on Saturday, 1 of them being on Sunday. And we'll see what happens there. But a lot of people are saying a lot of West Coast teams will play Sunday because some teams in the West still are playing games Thursday, whereas the Eastern Conference wraps up Wednesday. So they would probably get a majority of the Saturday games. So we will see what happens there.
Kale, did you mention how you hate capitalism yet, or should I bring that up?
No mention of capitalism, but in this sense of the hockey world, again, any ticket that's in the 200s, I think is fair game. Anything in the thousands is absolute atrocity level, and anything in between we can debate.
For sure. Any chance Sunday at 1?
I would if it's the Sabres against the Bruins, I could see them putting that Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's the leading candidate right now.
No, because what's the schedule right now? Someone was releasing it online. I know.
Yeah.
People were talking about probably, that Saturday night game will likely be Hockey Night in Canada. So whoever the Habs plays, so maybe Montreal and Tampa, will take Saturday night. If the Sabres played Ottawa, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the earliest Saturday at like 1 or something.
I think it's Saturday at, what is it, like 3 or something's the first game Saturday. I know Sunday there's the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
And then like a 5 o'clock game. I could see Sunday at 5 or whatever it is being the Sabres Bruins as well, but I know they're trying to get a lot of Eastern games on Saturday. So hopefully, as somebody who, wants to kind of have the full experience there at the watch party. I know the weather is supposed to be better Saturday, but also rainy, whereas Sunday is going to be colder but no rain. So you can't win in the city of Buffalo with the weather.
Cal, you're going to be jealous, but it was 75 and sunny here in Kentucky.
Yeah. Today was okay here, but
we just got a $5 donation from Jonathan Manson. Thank you so much, Jonathan. What's your message say? D or C? Anyone think the Sabres can turn around their power play in the first 2 games at home? They have enough talent to turn around for sure. Cal?
They have the talent, but I don't think they have the mental structure right now to do it. I honestly, as crazy as this sounds, throw out the 3rd and 4th line on the power play. And I know that sounds insane, whatever. Maybe keep Thompson on there, but just put some guys out there that are going to hold the puck in the zone, because good things happen when you have more guys on the ice than the other team. And right now, the 1st and 2nd line guys that they put out there just have no idea what they're doing. They're completely mentally lost. They're trying to follow a script that does not work. You got to just play hockey. You got to go back to the fundamentals, and that's something they haven't been able to do.
Yeah, for sure. And, well, a lot of it, I mean, here's how I want to break down the issue. When Josh Norris and Bo Byram both first came to Buffalo, they were so frustrated with how we ran our power play because they're used to constantly cycling around and moving and dancing and doing all this fun stuff. But in Buffalo, you just kind of stand there and you play the puck around. And all the other 4 guys who are killing the penalty know where your guys are going to be, so they like to cheat and quickly get over. They know it's going to go to Tage for a wicked one-timer, so they crowd him. He loses the puck, turnover, and back the other way it goes, And you see Byram and Norris, when they first came, kind of light up the power play. It's like, whoa, this is cool. It's exciting. jump, but it never lasts because they settle in and things suck again.
Yeah, it's unreal how bad the power play is. And for so long, it's been this bad with the amount of talent, like that was mentioned. I mean, again, you have Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, veteran players like Jason Zucker. There's no reason this power play should just be this inept, and it is. And the Sabres play much worse hockey when they have an extra attacker. That's not just on power plays. That's when they pull the goalie as well. They are just an inept team when they have a man advantage out there. So I don't know the answer to that. I think the answer simply just becomes try something else. You cannot continue to run the same thing over and over where it doesn't work. You stop the drop passes, stop the dump and chase when you have nobody that can control the puck down low. Just skate the puck in, and find somebody that's open. Somebody's got to be open. You got one extra guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jason, thank you so much for checking us out. Yeah, he's celebrating 17 months as a member. That brings up a good point, Cal. It's time to do some plugs for only the 20 millionth time to stream. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Cal and Jaden do great work over there. Jaden, if you in chat want to describe what you do on the TikTok, because Cal, you don't have TikTok either. We are just relying on Jaden's word over there. Bro has gone rogue on the Chinese platform, so thank you, Jaden, for that. But check all those things out. All of those links are in the description box below. But yeah, people were saying don't forget the drop pass in chat. Jaden was, yeah. We love the drop pass.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, but Cal, let's shift the discussion a little bit here to Alex Lyon. How concerned are you about his injury heading into the playoffs?
I'd say very concerned, and it's not even so much about the injury. It's about his last 3 games that he's played. He has looked terrible. I mean, he hasn't really gotten so much help defensively, but he hasn't been able to come up with that big save that keeps them in the game. And that's something that he has been able to do for pretty much the entire season, right? It seems every game Alex Lyon starts, there's a couple good looks early on where he makes incredible saves, keeps the Sabres in the game, and then he kind of finds his rhythm and is able to hold firm. The last couple of games he's played, he has looked just awful. He has looked like he, kind of has lost confidence, has started to feel the pressure a little bit of UPL breathing down his neck for that starting job. And I think UPL won that job, and Lyon trying to do a little too much maybe in net, and it hasn't worked out for him. I don't know how legit this injury is, or if it's kind of a minor tweak and they're kind of just letting him have some time off after a couple of bad starts. But you can't afford to put anyone else right now than UPL in the playoffs unless you're down to your last game and UPL's allowing 4 or 5, 6 goals a game. Maybe then a Lyon comes back from injury, or even a Colton Ellis gets a start. But if it was up to me, I think you got to just ride UPL until he falters.
Absolutely. Sawyer, thank you so much for the $2 dono. Folks, don't feel obligated to also join in them, but if you really appreciate it, we will love you back. Jaden says, we post our YouTube shorts, but on TikTok? Good man. Good man. So are you saying my face has been plastered and it's now caught up in the Chinese government machine? How dare... God damn it. You scared me. I was about to scream and then you threw that in. Double scream, man. Oh, that was dastardly
That's
from you.
Our dono horn.
I guess.
If you guys want to hear that horn again, be sure to donate 5 cents.
Yeah, you just see me just absolutely lose my shit over here. I don't know why I always get scared about that. Kel, I should do that to you, man. But now you're expecting it, so it's not like it's gonna surprise you.
Yeah, I got my volume turned all the way down now. I'm ready. A great feature that I think definitely during Bill's streams next year and all that, I gotta mess with those sound effects, because now we can do that. So that's a great feature. What's your final take on this game? Do you think we have a win here, or do you think they choke it away as Buffalo sports teams usually do?
No, we'll win. I think the guys know how important this game is, how important it is to close out the season on a high note, and they will here tonight. I expect it to be 4-1. 4-1 victory by the end of the night. We'll get one real goal and then an empty netter from probably Krebs or something.
I'll say 4-2 then. I'll piggyback off your point. I think they have an empty net goal that seals the deal, and the Sabres head back home division champions, which is just unfathomable, unbelievable. If you were to tell us in the beginning of the season that we would not only break the drought with this current complexion of a team, but finish first in the Atlantic, that's just insane. So crazy team, crazy year. Lindy Ruff deserves Coach of the Year. There's no reason he shouldn't have it. If he doesn't, that voting system should absolutely be changed. With that being said, does Kevin Adams sniff GM of the Year? I don't know.
Kale, we just got another dono here from Jason. Another $2-bucker. Put it on. Put it on. I'm ready this time. Yeah. Oh,
I love to hear it.
That's so great. So, Cal, that's going to do it here for the...
Final thoughts are the next time you'll see me, I'll be in the party in the plaza celebrating a division win and hopefully a playoff win, and probably a YouTube video before that. Maybe we'll do a little podcast previewing the playoff series. We could talk about that. We'll film that sometime this week. I know we're both got schoolwork and all that, but we'll find time. So thank you guys. Thanks for all the donos. Thanks for all the support tonight. And hopefully it's a fun third period. Adios.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Cal. He is gone, chat. Say bye to Cal. Bye, Cal. Goodbye, Cal. He is gone. We shall enjoy ourselves here. Let me love all these donos. Let's see here. W. Jason, good catch. Let's move gaming. Oh, yeah. I got onto the stream, though. But we got 101 people right now in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. We got one more period here. Sabres looking to build some cushion on this hockey game and secure their first divisional title in 16 years. That is what's at stake right now, folks. Hopefully the Sabres can do that. I'm glad everyone's here with me for this potential historic moment. Let's go, Mighty Buffalo Seabass. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's the next to score here for the Sabres to put it away?
Why,
All right, I'm begging for a dollar.
Did I get thrown back here by MSG? I'm gonna refresh my thing. I thought we were closer to the start of the third period. Nah, there we go. No, don't pause it. Damn it. Now I'm gonna be seconds behind. Oh, you can hear the audio? Oh, good catch. Good catch. I almost got killed by the YouTube monsters. Thank you, chat, for saving my ass. Oh, that was scary. That is scary for sure. But here we go. Ready for the third period. No audio can be heard. No one can give a reason to copyright me. So please don't. YouTube, I beg of you. But we are lined up and ready to go here and off. First line out there for the Sabres as we begin this third and hopefully final period. Sabres with a Tage Thompson tip. Get into the Hawks zone. They can't keep it there for long, though, as Lundell receives a pass here from Mikheyev. Anton Lundell eventually loses it. Lundell gives it away to Tuck, and here comes Tuck the other way. Joseph, what's going on? Shots on goal is 18-9. Yes, since the French Connection line, for sure. Ooh, there's a fail clear by Chicago. Sabres are 34-2 when leading after 2 periods this season. That's so crazy. Here are the Hawks coming out of their own zone. Bertuzzi nearly had it stolen off his stick. Zucker had a gust of speed coming off the bench, but now eventually here's Quinn with a shot. Looking to go far corner. Missed the net entirely. And now Bedard can come back the other way. Green tips a pass on to Bedard here. Bedard looking to go back post. He had Green way out there, but Power broke that play up. Now Green skates back to the blue line, leaves it there for Del Mastro. Del Mastro in the far corner. Byram eventually steals it off his stick, plays it off the boards, and that will go down the ice for an icing call. It's okay. We all know he was watching the past meeting between those two teams real quick. See, how many subs are we at? Whoa! I am way behind in my sub count. Oh, come on. OBS now is not the time to mess with me. We've gained another 10 subscribers here. 35, 37. Let's get 3 more. 35, 40, please. Face-off win here for the Hawks. There's a shot from the point by Del Mastro off a skate into the corner. There's a loose puck for it. Eventually it gets sent out in front. Ooh, Delmastro just got plastered in the far boards. It looks like the Sabres are going to get called here for another penalty. Delayed for now, as the Hawks play around with it in the Sabres zone. Here's Bedard trying to walk it down low. He still has the puck on his stick. Now circles around the zone. Here's Bedard to the middle of the ice. Plays it back up top. Now they will circle it down low. There's a shot. Back out in front. Sabres haven't touched it. Now they will. And will get called for a boarding penalty. Jason Zucker, the criminal. Yeah, that's good call. He cross-checked Delmastro right across the numbers in a dangerous spot and a couple feet away from the board. So the Hawks had some chances at the end of that second period. And that's why Lindy Ruff's not happy. This is a prime opportunity for Chicago to get back into this game. Sabres got to hunker down here in this third. The last time the Sabres won the division was 09-10. Yeah. When we last won, 6 years old. Yeah, I was 6 years old. Now I'm 22. Crazy world. I need to get my wife one of those. Speed to the line here. Nazar finds Bertuzzi to the outside. Takes a short side shot. Luukkonen covers it up and makes the save. There's another shot on goal. So Bertuzzi was the guy there that time. Try to go short side, blocker side on Luukkonen. But Luukkonen didn't really want to move there. Another face-off here. McLeod leans into it, wins it to the corner, but Bertuzzi first on it. Finds Bedard at the point. Now they circle it in front. They whack away at it. Luukkonen made the initial first save. Bertuzzi whacked it at it a couple times, took exception, and we got some scrumming in front of the net. Bertuzzi and Greenway now, plus Timmins. Bertuzzi just gave an extra whack towards Luukkonen and Timmins. You like to see that fire in your defensemen. You don't want any exceptions to be taken on your goalies there. Well, actually, that was Samuelsson. See, I credited Timmins incorrectly. I thought Timmins did something good and proud. You know, a year ago, Samuelsson would not have done that, but it's a new man, new player this season. Definitely earning his contract and then some, Matthias Samuelsson. Face off to the right of Luukkonen here. $1:30 left on this Chicago power play. Anton, I've been saying Lundell this entire night. I don't know why, because it's Anton Frundell. It's one here by the Sabres. It goes into the corner. Frundell's first on it. He plays it to the far side for Teravainen. Back across ice. Nazar pokes it back, but it's stolen away by McLeod. He'll get it to center, but McLeod loses it. And here come Chicago, and look out. The Sabres, I believe, are about to get called for a too many men. So Chicago will go to a 5-on-3 here for the next Sabres. We're incredibly disorganized. Sabres we're getting incredibly disorganized coming off the ice. Samuelsson and Stanley both did not realize, they did not get the memo. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 here for Chicago. This is not good. So there you go. There's the little marker up there. Yeah, this is not good. Alrighty, face-off win here for the Sabres. Timmins will lift this down the ice. Sabres got to lock in here. This is bad. Here's Bedard skating forward here up the near side boards. Gets it into the near side corner. Talk. Finds it. Circles it. Tries to clear it to the point. Can't. Bertuzzi will keep it in. And now Bertuzzi will leave it at the point for Bedard. Far side for Frundell. Frundell near side for Nazar. That pass was in his skates. He leaves it alive for Bertuzzi just long enough. Here's Bertuzzi far side to Frundell. Back up top to Bedard. Bedard circles around, has it, looks at the faceoff dot. He'll take that space. Now he'll drop it to Nazar at the point. Nazar down low, just jumped over the stick of Teravainen, and he'll play it around the boards. To Nazar. Again down low into the corner to Teravainen. Plays it up the wall here to Nazar again. He'll trade spots with Bedard. Bedard with the puck on his stick. Finds Frondell in front. Takes the shot. That one, I think, caught a piece of the post and Luukkonen. Maybe the shoulder. 10 seconds left on this two-man advantage. Teravainen circles around the zone, finds a man in front. Bedard didn't take the shot. It gets whacked away from him, and Tuck sends it down the ice. Knight with a quick up here. Here's Bedard near. Shot blocked. 40 seconds remain. The Sabres with a couple of breakups here at the blue line to break up the pressure. Now they'll steal the puck away at the blue line. Power will send this one down the ice. Great defense by the Sabres here. They've killed off the 5-on-3. Now they have to contend with the final 20 seconds of this 5-on-4. Chicago gains the line. Donato on the far side plays it around the boards to Lourdes. Back up top. It bounces over the stick of the defenseman. And now it's a foot race. Greenway trying to get there. Renzel just beats him out. And will play it across his body. Now the Hawks get tangled up at center ice. Very sloppy from them. And the Sabres have gotten back to even strength as Luukkonen from behind his own net plays it to center ice here. And the crowd grumbles in Chicago. Here's Power from the corner to Jack Quinn. Jack, he was played into the Hawk zone. Vlasic is there. Forward to Slaggert. Slaggert up the near side with speed. He'll chip it into the corner. Stanley meets the puck first. He'll ring it around the boards. Cannot clear. Sabres. A little sloppy in the far corner there. Tuck just working hard to keep pressure alive. Thompson eventually gets it to the near side. And Dahlin with a stretch pass forward. Here's Tuck. Breakaway. Scores! Alex Tuck on the stretch pass gives the Sabres a 3-1 lead. What a goal and what a moment here for this Sabres hockey club. One step closer to division titles. It was a huge penalty kill. The Sabres build off of that momentum, go the other way, and Tuck with his 32nd of the season split between the defensemen when gloves side on Spencer Knight, and the Sabres have a 3-1 lead. Oh, baby! What a beauty! Totally undeserved for how this third period has started. The Sabres haven't had the opportunity to go for. They've been shorthanded the entire time, but with their first opportunity, Tuck makes no mistake about it. So beautiful. Awesome. So a lead of 2 goals is now on the board here as the Sabres look for more. Doan playing this puck to the far side. Benson, I don't know why he was so hesitant getting to that puck. He usually isn't. Ooh, the ref getting in the way here of that clearance attempt for the Sabres. Doan snaps it across looking for Benson. Hawks again failing to clear. Here's Byram coming down the wall. Byram trying to go to the net. Can't. Gets poked off the stick, and now the Hawks can skate it out of the zone here. Burakovsky inside to Bedard. Nice move. Draws another penalty. Stanley got the stick up high on Bedard, and he's going to get called here. My goodness, we are going to go to a commercial break, but afterwards, the Sabres will be shorthanded once more. Doesn't matter, though. Tuck has got the 3rd goal of this hockey game here for Buffalo. I'll get you that goal information in just a moment. I know, penalties are kind of uncool right now. Almost lost my train of thought. Oh. Alright. So let me get you this goal information. It's going to be a multi-point game here for Alex Tuck. He's got an assist already on the night. He got an assist on Tage's goal. It was the 2nd Sabres tally of the game. Now let me get you this. Ooh, Logan Stanley with another point here. He had 2 in the previous outing against Columbus. So there's your goal information for that 3rd Sabres goal. Tuck from Dawes and Stanley. Undeserved? Yeah. We're taking a butt ton of penalties. I'd say it's undeserved. We haven't really had built up any pressure. I mean, against the grain of play is another good way to put it. Yankees are tied 10-10. Where are the Yankees facing? Ugh. We are winning the Logan Stanley Cup. Yeah. This is a wagon that can't be stopped. Sabres are trying to do it to themselves, though, by taking all these dumb penalties. But just hold on for the win. And keep moving forward. Collect the 2 and go forward. There's Josh Norris talking to the MSG crew as we return to play here. You guys are in a close match against the Angels. Are the Angels going to be good this year? Are they ever good? That's another franchise with a really long playoff drought. We want a Tage Thompson hat trick. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Marcus. But first, the Sabres got to kill off another penalty here. Connor Bedard drew it by using his speed and taking it to the net. Stanley just got to stick up high, kind of held him too. I think that's what they called him for, holding. But off the faceoff, Chicago wins it. Teravainen far side, that one-timer blocked by Timmins. That shot coming from Frundell. I guess Timmins does something good. Teravainen on the boards, plays it to the point. Bedard loses control of it. The Sabres get it, and they will send it down the ice. Doan with the clearance. Make sure to like and subscribe, folks, if you are new. The Sabres 13-14 away from their first division title in 16 years. Chicago trying to drive to the front of the net. McLeod steals it, and we'll send it down the ice again. $1.20 now on this Hawks power play. They have not been good with the man advantage tonight. You know what? At least we know there is one team worse than the Sabres power play. It's Chicago's. Bertuzzi went back to the point. He hasn't taken off his stick, and here comes Greenway up the near side, cutting towards the middle. Greenway takes the shot, got blocked, nearly found Beck Malenstein in front, and Bertuzzi got knocked out by Malenstein. That could have been a trip, but the ref was right there and not convinced. Smashed the leg, hell yeah. Here's Chicago with Donato. He'll drop it back at center to Lardis. Lardis finds Burakovsky. Nice cross-ice pass. Finds Donato. Takes the shot. Blocked. Malenstein is in an immense amount of pain right now on the ice. He's still down. He goes down again. He is, this is bad, folks. Beck Malenstein is still on his knees and hands. There is a quick pass into the slot. Donato fanned on the one-timer. Now Beck gets up to his feet. He is struggling, trying to get to the bench. Sabres are basically playing 5-on-3 right now. He gets there. Malenstein did. Reinforcements onto the ice. Burakovsky centers this one. Now to the point. In the skates of Donato. He's able to keep it in. Or I'm sorry, that's Renzel. Renzel trying to go up the far boards. Taken away by Dahlin. Sent down the ice. Oops, and that will kill the Chicago power play. Did I ever have the Chicago power play graphic up? I guess not. My bad. Here's Vlasic now, the big defenseman, trying to move his way forward. We'll have to see how Beck Malenstein's doing, but here's Tage with Tuck. Skating into the Hawks zone. Here's Tuck, nice pass to the point. Byram with a shot! Blockered away by Knight. Rebound, sits in the face-off dot. Sabres trying to get onto that rebound. They do. Tuck keeps it in the zone. And now takes it to the corner. Finds Krebs. Nice pass to the point. Sabres have drawn a penalty here. So finally, the Sabres will go to the power play. After this string of Hawks man advantage opportunities, the Sabres will finally return one of their own. Let's see what happened to Malenstein here in this block shot. It went right off the outside of the knee. And yep, I've blocked one of those kind of shots before. That's a doozy. He is still in pain on the bench. Still on the bench, though. Hopefully it's just a bone bruise or something. Nothing too serious. Actually, a bone bruise is serious. But Beck is gasping for air. He is struggling on the bench still, but he refuses to come off and go to the dressing room. That's a real soldier right there. But Louis Crevier is going to be the guy who commits the penalty. God, there's a better term for that, but my brain is kind of fried, not going to lie. All right, but the Sabres, they've had one really bad power play tonight. It led to the Hawks' only goal of the game. Let's see if they can do better here. We're off to a great start as they lose the faceoff and the Hawks send down the ice. I shouldn't expect anything less. Yeah, can we score on the power play, please? Here's McLeod. Interestingly, Ruff sent out his second power play unit, which I guess is first now. Doan plays it all the way around to the far corner, and McLeod to Norris at the point, across to Byram, back to Norris. He'll drift down before playing it back to Norris, or Byram. Byram looking for Norris. That puck deflects away from Norris, but Sabres keep it alive. Good movement here by the Sabres. Norris to the front of the net. He was looking for the home. Byram, good keeping at the point. He sends a pass straight through the slot, picked off by the Hawks, and they will send it down the ice. Finally, some good puck movement by the Sabres. They got a shot off, folks. They got a shot off on the power play. That's insane. But here's Quinn leading the rush now for Buffalo. Gets it up the far side, receives a touch pass again from Thompson, sends it in front quick. Tucks, redirection, went up and out of play. They try to keep going there. Zucker almost had a easy one-timer in front, but the whistles had blown beforehand. Ooh, nearly by Tuck. Went off the high glass, just bounced straight in front. But the refs were blowing their whistles dead. They're like, no. We're not doing this, guys. 0 for 20 on the power play? My God. 46 seconds remain on this Sabres power play. They have one shot. That's a start. We'll just start with a shot. Unfortunately, they lose the face-off here. And Wyatt Kaiser for the Hawks will send it down the ice. Yeah, it was a good look. Here's Quinn. Drop pass! Yes! Can we do it again? One more drop pass. No! Donnelly actually goes forward with the puck. But no one was helping him out, and the Hawks sent it down the ice again. Let's go! They still look disorganized against one of the worst teams in the NHL. They're about to go for 0 for 21 here in a sec. Here's Quinn gaining the line. Finds Zucker with a little bit of space. Finds Tage on the far side. Tage doesn't take the shot. Plays it to the point. Zucker, he missed the pass. That'll go down the ice. Sabres and the Hawks are back to even strength here as Zucker with a nice turn. Zucker goes forward. He's got space. Zucker drops it back. Here's Thompson. Far side scores! Tic-tac-toe, and Thompson buries it. 4-1 Buffalo. Oh my goodness. Thompson's going to hit the 40 goal mark with that shot. Oops. I don't know why my OBS was malfunctioning there. But Zucker dropped it to the point for Darlene, slid it across for Thompson, and oh my word. And he's got an impassioned Sully there. Oh man, he has just left his mark in this hockey game. So Thompson, he's three of his last 5 seasons have been 40-goal seasons for Tage Thompson. He is one of the premier goal scorers in the NHL right now, folks. Remy. Yes. Remy, what if Quinn made that pass? I guess that's a stupid hypothetical because he didn't, you know? Sabres are just killing the Hawks with their neutral zone turnovers right now. And the Hawks have been really struggling to clear the puck tonight. So I will get you guys that Tage Thompson goal information in just a moment. Did I get you guys that third goal? I did get you the third goal, yes. One more to a hat trick. Marcus, you may get your wish tonight. We'll see. So yeah, that's Tage's third 40-goal season. He's only the 5th player in Sabres franchise history to have that. Here's Kozak looking to get one closer to 40. He's sitting at 2 goals. He lost the puck. Hawks sent it down the ice for an icing call. Oh! MP Skids with the $2 donation. Guys, can we get some W's for chat, please? I'm not saying it, but I will. Cover that locker room in plastic. Oh, yeah, for sure. W. Big W's. You know, this is the one time I'd like a commercial break because I want to get you guys this goal information. This is one of my neurotic parts of me. Yeah, we got 159 people. If we're not above 50 likes, I don't know what we're doing as a society. Sabres win the offensive zone face-off. They'll play it down low, looking for the stick of Zucker. He eventually gets it. Pokes it along for the Sabres teammate. That was Samuelson. Can't find a teammate. And now Chicago can meander their way forward. I like that word, meander. I've said it a couple times tonight. Let me know if that's too repetitive. Sabres turn it over. Here's Donato to Nazar. Not sure why he was trying to pass it there. No one else was with him. Sabres, meanwhile, going the other way. McLeod just skated over that puck. He couldn't handle it. Now Donato the other way. Up the near side. He's all alone. He drops it back for nobody in particular. Greenway will skate forward a few inches before he himself gets railroaded. Yes, get the likes up for sure, for sure. Here's Greenway now. Plays it back to his defenseman. Sabres looking to stretch it forward for Beck. Good to see him back on the ice. That puck bounced off his stick and into the Sabres' own zone. Here's a couple of guys jostling for the puck behind Luukkonen. Power is there. Slaggert is there. Mr. 25 of Chicago's there as well. Can I see his nameplate just for a second? Nope. Okay. And now the Sabres eventually find it. They'll get it up the ice here. A reminder, the Sabres have one last game this season before the playoffs start. I still can't believe I'm saying that. The playoffs. Oh, man. It's fantastic. But here come the Sabres again. Chipping this one into the corner here. Krebs couldn't find it. You know, Krebs is pretty quiet tonight. I'm going to need a goal from the Big 19. He needs to hit that 40-goal mark, or 40-point mark, not 40-goal. Here's the Hawks playing it down into the corner. Stanley, his clearance attempt took a hit off the glass and out of play. So finally, we'll get that commercial break. And I'm able to get you that Tage Thompson information. It's going to look so nice seeing a 40 next to Tage's name, isn't it? Alrighty. Let's see. Ooh, Darlene got another point here tonight. You know, a couple guys on Sportsnet were discussing Norris candidates. Best defenseman gets awarded the Norris Trophy. And Elliot Freeman and Chris Pronger both brought up Rasmus Dahlin. Just about how he's the most complete defenseman in the NHL. He can score, he can kill, he can defend as well. He's a leader. And you know what? I didn't really consider it because Dahlin's point totals aren't up there like some of the other guys. I think of Zach Rowensky or Evan Bouchard, but Dahlin would be a worthy recipient. I think he's been such a great player for the Sabres. Definitely his best season by far. And it's his play that's been a huge reason for the Sabres' success. You know, even crazier, Dallas Buff is a potential Stanley Cup final matchup. Yeah. It's going to be a weird game because the Dallas Stars have clinched second place in their division. The Sabres, knock on wood, should clinch the Atlantic here tonight. So I wonder how many players will be sitting from both teams. Maybe the Sabres don't do too much of it since they'll be on home ice. I'm sure they'd like to give their home crowd, something to cheer for. But it would be nice to see Chaos Colton Ellis in another game. Let's see if that subscriber count has changed at all. Oh, it has. It sure has. All right, we're about to return to play here, folks. You saw your goal information. That's enough. It's enough reading for you guys. Got 4 more subscribers, up to 3542. Thank you to everyone who has joined the community here tonight. Let's get up to 3550, please. That's our next goal. What the hell did Rob Ray just say? He just mentioned a threesome? Okay, Rob, what are we doing here? All right, we're waiting for this linesman to stop being a dick and throw the puck down. All right, here we go. Finally, Sabres win a faceoff. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. Sabres chop it out to center here as Doan trying to skate forward. He got tumbled and knocked over. Continued to make the play, though. Sabres tip it in. This goes right on goal. Knight keeps play moving here. Now Korchinski with the stretch pass the other way. Gets to the Sabres blue line. Bertuzzi to the outside for Frundell. Frundell looking back post. Missed the stick of Bertuzzi, but kept in at the point. Finds Del Mastro. Del Mastro walking down the side. He'll send one towards the net. Luukkonen makes the easy save. Oh, yeah. The locker room should go crazy. Oh, we got another dono. A $5 one from MP. Guys, we're going to need double the amount of W's for MP. Come on. Come on, MP. Thank you so much for the donos. Cal's not here to do his goal horn. I guess should I put it up? Where is it, first off? I can't find my goal horn. Damn. Yeah, but W's in the chat for MP. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not wicked awesome. You guys are. Good block down at center ice here. The Sabres were offsides for a moment. Now they're not. Quinn trying to keep it at the blue line. Taken away from him by Burakovsky. Here comes Burakovsky dancing to the outside. Crosses the Sabres blue line. He still has it on the far faceoff dot. Centers this one. Just jumped over the stick of Riley Green. And now the Sabres can move back the other way. With McLeod. McLeod looking for Quinn. His pass deflects into the corner. Quinn is there, trying to center this one. Cannot. Yeah, Blackhawks are getting sliced and diced. The Sabres' quality eventually just became too much for Chicago here in this game. There is some Let's Go Buffalo chants right now. Dan just brought it up, and now I can hear it as well. And I'm listening here. Dan, can you stop talking so I can listen to Saberhood? Here comes Beck Malenside with a long-range shot. Rebound sits right on goal. Knight with a couple good saves. Greenway trying to just do a spinorama shot. That doesn't work, and the Hawks can come go back the other way. Oh, yeah, we won 5. I want another goal call. Here are the Sabres again. Getting stopped right at the blue line here. Oh, crap. Forgot to put the red light on. There we go. That's how you know it's late in the game. Big W's. Hell yeah, huge W's. 3:40 left in this hockey game. Sabres circling around with the puck in their own zone here. Looking to kill this game off here and get another 2 points. They're going to hit 50 wins. My God. The Sabres are going to hit 50 wins. Well, blue opinion. That's sort of true, yeah. The Sabres haven't gotten too many shots. MSG just showed the graphic shots right now in this third period in favor of Chicago, 6-5. But yeah, I guess it's not been too much going to the net. Thanks for the stream, just got off work. You know what? I appreciate Moz for joining. Thank you for joining me. Get to 5, slice and dice, and finish the Buffalo trample. I'm going to use that, Seabass. Thank you for that. Showdown, I appreciate it. Sabres win another face-off here. They clear it down the ice. Hawks will skate it back again. Here's Kaiser moving across the blue line. Finds Slaggert to the outside. Dude, the United Center is so quiet right now. I mean, understandably so. Chicago's rebuilding year. 10 years without being a real hockey team. It's got to take its toll on a fan base. I should know. We're Sabres fans. We should know. Dude, Coyote, get a Malenstein jersey. Get a Malin Goat. Just customize and say Malin Goat instead of Malenstein. Less than 3 to go. Chicago dancing with it at center ice. Here's Teuvo Teravainen. Remember when Teuvo Teravainen was good? Long time ago. Here's Mikheyev spinning out of the corner. He gets tripped by the ref, I think. Whoops. Bertuzzi with a centering pass to Del Mastro. His shot got partially deflected and went straight into the glove of Luukkonen for another save. And MSG with a little less than 2.5 to go will take us to our third and final commercial break of the period. Gosh, we're so close. We're so close. The Sabres are about to hit another milestone, ladies and gents. They are about to. But if you are new to this channel, we will be streaming Sabres playoff games. I'll be here reacting, freaking out, doing my normal thing. And it's going to be even more exciting because it's playoff time. So make sure to like and subscribe and turn those notification bells on, or join the Discord. That'll give you up-to-date alerts. Sometimes Discord's more reliable than YouTube. But we're at 35-43. I'm going to check how many likes we're at. This period's definitely been more low-key. It really feels like the Sabres have worn down Chicago with all of these turnovers and all of their just poor play in the neutral zone. When I say their poor play, I mean Chicago's, not Buffalo's. Buffalo's been rock solid after the opening 6 to 8 minutes where they weren't so much. Ooh, we're at how many likes, guys? 70. We just hit 70. Nice. Thank you, folks. Everyone leave the chat and hit the big thumbs up. Oh yeah, Sabres are rolling. MP, you remember the 99 no-goal game? Maybe we get back there. Can you imagine a Sabres Stars Stanley Cup Finals this year? That'd be interesting. Josie, thank you. Or Jose, I'm sorry. No, is it Josie? Josie Zadoria. I think it's Josie. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing that. But we're back to play here. William, what's going on? Who do I hope to play in the first round? It's so tough because every single team is really good. I think we match up well against Tampa. We've shown that with our performances against them in the regular season. Boston, we kind of sucked against them in October, but that was a different Sabres team. We're better now. I don't fear them. Ottawa can lock us down in a heartbeat if their goaltending is competent. They kind of scare me, but I'd say Boston is probably my preferred matchup. But here are the Sabres again, working their way in the Chicago zone. Norris, with less than 2 to go, has the puck on a stick. Gets it to the point here. Dahlin, his D partner, doesn't have a stick, so Samuelson had to go to the bench. Sabres looking to quickly get this out in front. Norris was there, couldn't find him though. But look at Doan keeping it in. They send it back out in front. Oh, it just went past the stick of Norris. It was nearly picture perfect. And now watch out, Bedard the other way. Here comes Connor Bedard, pulls up on the near side boards, drops it back. Kaiser turns it over, and here's the Sabres 2-on-1. Benson on the near side cuts to the middle. Benson drops it to Power, back to Benson, back to McLeod. He scores! Oh my goodness, I thought it was going to be one too many passes, but we're good. The Sabres are golden. They've hit the 5-goal mark. Ryan McLeod with another tally this season. And the Sabres are really just wiping the floor here with Chicago. My God, there was like 4 too many passes, but somehow it worked out here for Buffalo. Poor Chicago. Poor. Or not, I feel bad for him. He was playing a really good game for the first period and a half, but the floodgates have opened here at the United Center. Well, we got less than a minute to go. Sabres up 5-1, folks. 5-1. Oh, man. I was a little delayed and slurred in my goal call. I apologize for that. Like and sub on the way out. Hell yeah, we got 180 people in the chat right now. Don, do you think Bob or Rod cares who they play in the first round? No, I don't think so. I don't think these group of guys care either. But we are back in play here after that face-off. Got a little less than a minute to go. We got a whistle here. Deep in the Sabres zone. I'm not sure for what. The United Center is empty, ladies and gents. Let's hope. Oh, but my gosh, what a game here. What a game. Sweet dreams, everybody. Oh, yeah, for sure. So it's past 11 here on the East Coast. I'm tired. I got to be up. I got class at 8:30 tomorrow morning. My sleep schedule's already fricked. It's already messed up. Can't be more messed up. Good stick by Greenway to chip this puck out of the zone. He's in a foot race there with Crevier. Crevier just beats him out to it. Chicago gets it out to the neutral zone, and they'll whack it around a little bit. Stanley now. I laugh, because you can hear the Let's Go Buffalo chants right now. Let's go, Buffalo. I don't have my towel again. Damn it. Here's Timmins in their own zone. 30 seconds left. The Sabres in Chicago are going to get their 4th straight win, their 50th on the season. I can't remember the last time the Sabres ever had 50 wins. We're looking 20 years ago for a number like that, for a figure like that. But the Sabres are roaring into the postseason, and hold on for a second. They got another opportunity to the net. There was one extra pass there, and we got nothing left. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Buffalo Sabres have won the Atlantic Division for the first time in 16 years. They may not be champions in the Stanley Cup Finals, but they sure are champions in our hearts. They are going to get a banner in the rafters for next season. This team has made history. Their 3rd 50-win season in franchise history. Their first since 2006-07. And that magical squad, this team are in the rafters. They are magic. Wow. And they really just kill Chicago here, just like they have to so many other teams this season. And I'm so proud to have been able to witness this. Sabres fans, it's been a great time. Sabres fans, with a big round of applause for the Sabres. I don't think they did a salute on Chicago home ice, but they might as well, because they have clinched the Atlantic Division. They will be facing either the Ottawa Senators or Boston Bruins in the first round of these Stanley Cup playoffs. What a moment for this hockey club. So deserved for them. They worked their asses off this season. They were last in the division on December 14th, but they climbed their way out of it. And here they are, reaching the mountain. But there are a few more peaks to climb. I really hope this season doesn't end soon. This team is just so magical. They are so historic. And I'm glad that everyone here is able to witness history with me. What a moment for this hockey team. We are going to be hosting, not only is this team going to get into the playoffs, they're not just going to sneak in like they tried to do a couple years ago, but they're going to host playoff games. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get it up to 100 likes. We're at 85. Come on, 15 more for the Sabres, guys. For the Sabres. They've done it. Yes. Yes. Oh, man. It's so tough. I mean, I don't want to make this all about me, but I guess I will. You know what? Screw humility and whatnot, but I've been streaming Sabres games since COVID for now 6 years. And I've obviously never seen a team this good. A team that is so resilient, that's loyal to the crest, loves the fan base, doesn't complain when they're down, but they fight back. That's what this team is, and they deserve every lick of this success that they're tasting right now. They deserve everything. And I am so proud of this franchise. I am so proud of these guys. They have lost so much for the last 15 years, but not anymore. They're going to win the Atlantic Division. And I thank you guys. We're at 93 likes, 7 more to 100. I think we've gotten 100 likes on a stream before. And that was the gold medal game that was the championship match in the Four Nations a year ago. But yeah, we can rest guys now. We can rest them. Where do I go to school? I go to school at University of Louisville. Jeffrey, thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, but we Sabres fans have had to endure some pain, but the dark days are over. And they've been over for 4 months now. This team is legit. They're going to go on a run. Well, I hope they go on a run. I don't want to jinx them or anything. But yes, hit that like 110. Still with us. We just reached the 100 like summit. We're at 101. 101 with 121 still in here. Oh man, you guys are fantastic. This community is so great. You know, we talked about it early in the stream when there were 5-6 people in the stream. Now we're sitting at 124, and You know what? Whether you're there now, when there's 100 people, or before when there was just 5, this community is still great. You guys may have been beaten down and hurting, but you endure the pain, and we are still here on the other side. Oh, yeah. I do not. Oh, you live in southern Indiana. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too far away. I'm not far away at all from that. But I'm going to do my end of the stream shoutouts. So if you guys want a shout out, type into the chat right now. Type into the chat. If you want a shout out, I'm going to begin in just a few seconds. 3, 2. Ooh, William is a lifelong Flyers fan in Florida. Congrats. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, but here we go. Let's start shouting out. Marcus, William, Jason, there's Cal, Josh, Blue Opinion, Fleekwood, Seabass, Moz, Sean, Sawyer. You have to be the only Sabres fan in Kentucky. That may be true. Let's go back. MP, Ampika, Rob, Coyote, Sasha. Let's see. Let's keep going up. Steve, the Res Man. Joseph. Am I missing anyone? I'm going to keep going up. I don't see any new names. I know Jaden was here. Thank you. Sawyer was here. There's Sawyer with the Wobbler. Nice. Josie. Hell yeah. Oh, we got another dono from MP. Guys, donos keep raking in. I appreciate it, folks. Let's go. Shout out from Hong Kong. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, but thank you guys so much for being here with me. The Sabres wagon is rolling. This team is going far. This team is going so far in the playoffs, it's going to be crazy. Maybe. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Let's not be cocky. We need playoff experience, and the Sabres have none. We'll see what Game 1's like when the pressure's higher and built up. It'll be interesting. But the Sabres have one last game on Wednesday against the Stars. I will be streaming that game. Yes, I will be streaming the Sabres-Stars game on Wednesday. And then after that, it's playoff time, folks. It's playoff time. Who's ready for some playoff hockey? I am. It's been a long regular season, but the Sabres have finally made it worth it. So, yep. But I am going to end this stream in just a few moments. Get your final thoughts in chat, please, and thank you. Oh, it's late. We're past 11. I am tired. I've been up since 8 a.m. That's not even that early. Oh yeah, Moss, get your daughter on the Sabres wagon. We'll accept wagonites. You'll be rooting from work. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But we hit 100 likes too on the stream, 103 and count. Appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Without you guys, there is no channel. You know, and I was talking recently, and someone asked me this question. They're like, Don, where is that market? You know, because people could just watch these Sabres games on TV or listen to it on the radio. Why do they watch a guy who's watching it on a TV? And I don't know why you guys do it, to be honest, but you guys do. You tolerate me and my faulty, nasty internet, and me and my slurring of the words and whatever, but yeah, I don't know how you guys deal with it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. But yeah, you have a talent on calling games. Get some rest, and thank you for the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta be up at probably 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We'll see. But yeah, this Sabres team is legit. Alrighty, that's gonna be it for me then, I guess. You guys are still going in chat. I almost feel obligated to keep the stream going. What's going on, Bills fan? Normal but overrated. Alright, guys. I'm out. Good night. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you Wednesday. See you Wednesday.